Good afternoon. Namaskar to all. Welcome to the orientation program on the new textbooks and bridge programs for preparatory stage developed by NCERT. I am Shankar Prasad Mahanti, Professor, Department of Curriculum Studies and Development. Honorable Director Sir, Professor Dinesh Prasad Sakalani, respected Head, Department of Curriculum Studies and Development, Professor Anjana Arora, dignitaries from CBSE, KBS, Army Welfare Education Society, Atomic Energy Education Society, Dr. Ramandeep Kaur, Joint Secretary Training Unit CBSE, Dr. Nidhi Raheja from Atomic Energy Education Society, Dr. Rajani Thakur, Senior Faculty Development and Research Center, FDRC, Army Welfare Education Society, and faculty members of NCERT, my colleagues from the Department of Curriculum Studies and Development, Professor K. Bijayan, Dr. R. Koireng, Dr. Shivani Saini, Dr. Salu Tiwari, and respected participants, key resource persons, teachers, and others. Dear all, as we know, this program is scheduled for 2 days, 3rd and 4th April. This is first phase for the preparatory stage. Key resource persons are joining through Zoom platform, and all the esteemed teachers are joining through NCERT's official YouTube channel. As we know, National Education Policy 2020 has been implemented in the country, and on recommendation of NEP 2020, NCERT has developed National Curriculum Framework for Foundational Stage 2022 and National Curriculum Framework for School Education 2023. As a follow-up of to these two frameworks, NCERT has developed teaching learning materials, including textbooks for the grades 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now, all textbooks for grades 1, 2, 3, and 6 are already available both print and digital in both print and digital formats. And textbooks for grade 4 and 7 will be available by end of April 2025. And textbooks for grade 5 and 8 will be available by May end or mid-June 25. So now, 6-week bridge programs for grade 5 and 8 are already available on the NCERT website. So in this context, NCERT's role is to create awareness among the teachers and parents about the new pedagogical perspectives of the new textbooks and bridge programs. So in this context, I am pleased to invite Professor Anjana Arora Madam, Head DCSD, to address the participants and say the objective of this program as well as give further guidance. Professor Arora Madam.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor S.P. Mohanty. First of all, I welcome our esteemed director, Professor D.P. Saklani ji, to this important orientation program. I also welcome CBSE Joint Secretary Training, Ramandeep Kaur ji. I welcome Dr. Nidhi Raheja ji from Atomic Energy Education Society. I welcome Shrimati Rajni Thakur ji from Army Welfare Education Society. And I also welcome all my colleagues from NCERT who are resource persons of this session, this 2 days training program, orientation program. And I welcome all the key resource persons who are joining from CBSE, AEES, Army Welfare Education Society, and also Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. So I welcome all of you who have joined us through Zoom link, and I also welcome all the teachers from these organizations who have joined us for this orientation program on 3rd and 4th April on preparatory stage textbooks. So as Professor Mohanty has already explained you that these books are shortly will be available. Some of the books of grade 4 and 7 are already there in print form. I must mention Veena, grade 4, and of course, Purvi, grade 7, are already available. And other books are very, very shortly available for all of you. As we all know that this kind of orientation programs are very important whenever we bring out some new textual material or new teaching learning material as per the new perspective which national education policy promotes, and of course national curriculum framework for school education and national curriculum framework for foundational stage recommend. So we need to understand that now through the lens of the textbooks. So these programs are objective of these programs are to orient all the teachers, all the key resource person on the basic pedagogic perspective of these textbooks. That how these textbooks are integrating cultural rootedness, how they are giving space to experiential learning, how we are taking care of assessment, and of course how we have reduced the content, taking care of learning standards, curricular goals, competencies, and learning outcomes, and how we have made a textbook so interesting and illustrations so lively and rooted to our culture. So those kinds of things we need to understand, and we need to also understand that how these textbooks will be transacted into the classroom, and how can we make actually how can we actually transact the intent of these textbooks in letter and spirit. So those kinds of things we need to know. We need to interact with our resource persons. We have asked key resource persons from these organizations to join us through Zoom link, because we want that they should chat with us, they should come out with their questions, because they have to handhold their teachers in their organizations. Teachers may be having lots of query, because we are actually transitioning from old curriculum to new curriculum. So teachers may ask many questions, that how can we take up this content, and how can we give example, how can we contextualize. So key resource persons have this very important role to handle those teachers. So that's why we expect that all the key resource person, they need to take these programs, this program very seriously, and come out with their own question, that how they can handle the query of teachers. And teachers are also expected to write their questions on YouTube. We have the team, they will be collecting questions not only from the Zoom chat, but also from the YouTube link, and we will be answering your questions during these programs, these 2 day programs. So I request you, please join us and really joyfully interact with us on our new textbooks for grade. Basically, this program will be focusing on grade 4 and 7 textbooks. Uh, these 2 days, we are focusing on grade 4 and 4 textbooks, as well as bridge programs for grade 5. Uh, but our resource persons are requested to kindly take some examples of grade 3 textbooks also, and of course, upcoming grade 5 textbook, so that you will be aware of the entire preparatory stage, that what is a pedagogical perspective of this entire preparatory stage as per the concerns of all the subject areas. So now I would not take much time. I would like to invite Shrimati Ramandeep Kaurji for her motivating remarks for teachers, for all the teachers, not only for CBSE. Ramandeep ji, Joint Secretary Training. Are you there? रमनदीप जी, उन्हें अनम्यूट कर दीजिए. Hi, Ramandeep ji, kindly unmute yourself. You're not audible. Okay, let us move to uh, Nidhi Reheja ji from Atomic Energy Education Society for her kind remarks. Nidhi ji, I just want to ask participants whether we are audible or not. Anybody can tell us whether we are audible or not? Hello? So we are audible. Okay. Okay. So Nidhi ji, are you present here? हाँ निधि रहेजा मैम. Ma'am, please unmute yourself. Okay. So please unmute Nidhi ji. Nidhi ji, we are unmuting you. Please wait for 1 minute. Madam, please unmute. Nidhi madam. Yes, please. Yes. Yes, please, madam. Your sound is not. Yes, yes, please. Yeah. So your. Yes, you are audible, but what is the problem? बाकी सभी लोग अपने आप को म्यूट रखें. प्लीज म्यूट. हाँ. लेट निधि मैम टू स्पीक. बाकी सब म्यूट कर दीजिए. Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am. Yes. So yes, please now. Rajni Thakur. So thank you very much, Dr. Niti Raheja from Atomic Energy Education Society. So now I would like to invite uh, Ramandeep Kaurji. So we are unmuting you. Ramandeep Kaurji from CBSE. Yeah. Yes, you are very much audible. So okay, thank you very much, Ramandeep ji. Thank you very much for motivating all our teachers. So now I definitely we would be conducting more programs and more comprehensive programs in each of the subject areas as far as new textbooks are concerned. So now I would request uh, Rajni Thakur ma'am from Army Welfare Education Society to give her motivating remarks for our teachers. Good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon, Rajna ma'am. And it's my pleasure to be here in this program, this tribute. And I'm the senior representative of AMS, that is Army Welfare Education Society, and I'm heading the training vertical. And I'm honored to speak at this event. I would extend my gratitude to NCERT Director Sir, Shri Desh Saklani ji, Rajna ma'am of course, and Vijay Kenot sir, Gavin ji, everyone who's involved in this organizing this particular training program. And not just this, this 2 days orientation program actually. And the efforts and the strategies have played a vital role in enhancing the quality of education in our school, the NCERT boards. The NCERT has undertaken numerous initiatives to improve education in our country, and they have worked tirelessly to implement the national curriculum framework for the foundational stage and the national curriculum framework for the school education also. Furthermore, the development of these new textbooks and the bridge programs which has been released, they are certainly going to acquaint our teachers and students with innovative teaching methods. Now, I also would like to congratulate NCERT on the kind of the way the books are available these days now with Amazon and Flipkart, the way the quantity is adopted, and the kind of books which are coming, the bridge course, which is sixth grade also, which was quite appreciated, everyone liked it. So I'm sure these textbooks are really going to change, going to be the really going to be making the change in our society and in the school programs. Now these textbooks, um, these days textbooks are not just the textbooks actually. The everything around them, the way it has to be used, the other e-source material which is available with it, equally holds very important part. And NCERT certainly understands it, I'm sure, and it is providing us also along with this on the NCERT site. We can see the additional material also along with the textbooks. I would really expect all the teachers, principals of AOS and all the other organizations of review who are today who are joining this to take as much as possible, to soak in as much as possible from today's orientation program. And ma'am, thank you so much for organizing this. And as I can see, it is going to be more of these sort of programs, and we all will get to understand better the NCERT books. Thank you so much, ma'am, and all the best to all the teachers, because you are the key people who will be taking all this forward. Thank you so much. So thank you very much, Rajni ji. Thank you very much for motivating our all our teachers. So so I think there is some problem on YouTube. So before I invite our director, sir, we want that that should be corrected, please. सिर्फ हम ही आ रहे हैं ना सर, उन लोग का नहीं आ रहा ना, जूम का नहीं आ रहा. प्लीज स्विच टू जूम. हमारा छोड़ दीजिए, जूम पर आ जाइए आप लोग. यूट्यूब जूम दिखाइए. हाँ. So okay, ठीक है. ये चाहते हैं डायरेक्टर सर आने से पहले हम पहले. So all the participants, we are really sorry. There is some technical glitch. So from CIT program is being transmitted, but from Zoom link it is not being transmitted. So we are waiting to correct the problem. Zoom आ गया? Zoom वाला आ गया? नहीं नहीं, YouTube पर देखो। YouTube पर Zoom का नहीं आ रहा है। हाँ, ठीक है, ओके, ठीक है। So, shall we invite? So now we would like to invite our esteemed director, uh, Professor D.P. Saklani ji, to give his inaugural address to all the participants who have joined through Zoom link. So, sir, we have around 1,000 participants who have joined us through Zoom link. This is from across CBSE, uh, Atomic Energy Education Society, Army Welfare Education Society, and of course, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. And and of course, we have also been joined by teachers from these organizations through YouTube link. So around 700 teachers are there through YouTube link. But I think there was some technical glitch. Some more teachers will be joining us. So, sir, please, um, uh, we are welcoming you, sir, for your inaugural address and waiting for you, sir. Professor D.P. Saklani ji.
CBSE, all the participants, the resource persons, and those who are joining us to all YouTube, all the teachers. I welcome you to this great occasion. This is a new sort of, practice which we have been doing, which is very important. As you know that NCERT is unfolding and implementing the NEP 2020, letter and spirit, and the result is before you. But whatever we do for our education, education of our kids, to our teachers and stakeholders, and all you are very vital in delivering the material and the pedagogy and the content and whatever approach we have adopted. Whatever programs we do, the net gain could be of the student. And that can be through our teachers. And our teachers can be only supported and can be their capacity can be enhanced through our resources, our programs like this. So as you know that last year and before last year also, we have been working regularly on bringing out the new teaching material based on the transformative policy in 2020. After that, the NCFs have been there, and on the basis of NCF, we have been doing. And you all know that this policy speaks of transformation in education system, total transformation, and shifting from rote learning to experiential learning, lifelong learning, and doing with the colonial hangover, the rote learning system that which was so much you know, taxing to our students, and not only to our students, our teachers. So let us enjoy the spirit of this policy and enjoy being the teacher, enjoy being the educator, enjoy being the learner, enjoy being the disseminator. So this all is a positive transformation. First of all, we have to think about it that we are ushering into an era of positivity to learning and enhancing the capacity and वो तो inbuilt जाएगा ना system में minds, our teachers. Then two, three points are very important as we know that whatever we do, then we need to look back also. If we are organizing this program, then I would expect that the teachers or the key resource persons who are joining us, they should give us the feedback about the program, and their feedback we will get through the, you should get through the students. Once students are joining us and we are motivating them, we are telling them about how to go about this learning teaching, how to understand this. So what they understand by it and how much their capacity has been enhanced and built over after joining this program, they should be able to point it out and then take it to the down to teachers, and then teachers should go to the class with fresh mind and fresh strategy, having the fresh pedagogical approach, having the fresh, you know, content. So then the students should also realize that yes, now our teacher is changing and he has got more ideas, more experience, and now teacher has totally changed the approach of teaching in the class. He is not teaching, but he is supporting the students to learn. And the NEP says, learn how to learn. That is very important. So we have to make students understand how they can learn, how learning, what is a learning process. In the right direction. So first thing is that we approach and we welcome every new thing with folded hands, and we embrace the all joyful experiences of our lives. So let us welcome the new policy, new approach here. Now I will come to this particular program. That this program is being organized, as you know, for making aware about the new learning teaching material which we have developed. Approach you might have been familiar by now because since last 2 years we have been giving such type of material. First we gave for foundational stage Jadu Pitara, and which is for Balbatica 1 to 3, and then we have also brought out textbooks for grade 1 and 2. A grade you might might have been familiar with that, and then last year also we brought out textbooks for grade 3 and grade 6. Not only textbooks, but we brought out the bridge program. This bridge program is a greater, is a small part of greater scheme of the curricular transition plan. I've been always emphasizing, please don't take book for the first instance. You should first take the bridge program. And this program is going to make you aware, giving you a feeling of the flavor of the NEP 2020. And NEP 2020 is on ground by these programs. So how different approach we are having now in terms of our learning teaching material, that is going to be introduced by the bridge program. So this bridge program is more important always parents and teachers and all the people are always asking about the books. But I will advise them, please don't ask about the books first. First, you get the brief program, and it is for you. It is there. And parents must also be convinced. They must also be made aware about the brief program so that they should not say that books are not with us. We deliberately don't want to give books first because once we give the books, then it is our system that teacher get the books and teacher immediately start teaching, and then they think that will complete our syllabus. That's, you know, that sort of thing is creating a lot of damage to our education system. We have to stop that in place. This is basically clear. And we should try. Recording in progress. We should try to ensure that first we must give the bridge program as it is designed. Why bridge program is designed? Some light has been thrown onto this. Last year also you might have been spoken about this bridge program. This time also earlier speakers also try to say something about this program. This program, you know that there is a great divide between the existing policy and the new NEP 2020. So when we say that this policy has come after 185 years, we say because after Napoleon system, this type of policy was awaited, much awaited, and only in 2020 we got this policy, and this policy give us a feeling that education is for all we, education is for understanding ourselves, education is for understanding our country, education is for making us capable of serving our nation, serving ourselves, our society, our community, our people, and we will be able to do that only when we know about our country, when rootedness is there. And NEP speaks about the rootedness, and the reflection of rootedness is in our with program as well as in our books very much there. So first we should feel pride that we are our we are true nationalists. We are citizens of our great country. We are um, adherent to the great civilizational uh, notes of our this rich country. We are the ambassadors of the uh, our great civilization, our rich heritage, our cultural values, our civilization, our knowledge-based society, that is there. And as you know that our society has been knowledge-based society from the very beginning. That's why our first scriptures are the Vedas. A Ved means to know. And Vedas are not just religious scriptures. They are the knowledgeful repository of knowledge. They are the repository of knowledge, and each and every sutta of the Vedas is a formula. And you can, if you try to understand and interpret that, you can write a treatise on every small verse of any Veda. So that Veda is the overall understanding of of the nature of the society of the system, and that gave our civilizational foundations. So our civilizational foundations must be understood. For the bridge program, then you know that these 2 years of program this year, that is for class grade 5 and grade 8. But then grade 6 bridge program is still standing. Earlier textbooks which based on the curriculum. Right. So if you want to get the flavor of the textbooks for grade 6, grade 6 books are there available. That's why I have been asking, requesting all of you, please access to our try to please mute all these people. Please mute these people, please. So grade 6 books are already there. Please don't go for books of the since the schools have opened now. And ask your teachers and convince the parents, please don't go for the books. For 1 month dedicated book program should be there. Teachers are being trained for that. Last year also, this year also. That program is there. So first, that program should be available, and only through these programs, textbooks should be carried forward. So even for grade 6, listen to more. The musical instrument, you will see there this Chandrayaan also. You will see this solar panel also. How the solar panels are. Then if you try to understand this cover page, and you will see armor also. You will see other aspects are also there. So if you try to understand this, please give attention to this. Each and every painting and picture and illustration has a meaning, and that is very deeply rooted to our civilization, to our culture. So culturally rooted citizens will be produced through such type of learning activity. So first you should try to give time to this cover page and see why name Veena is there, what is Veena, how it is played. Then lot of things will come up. Lot of things will come. And you know that why Veena and why this musical instrument? Because it gives us joy, sense of joy. Through music we get joy. And the learning is also joy. Learning is also music. So if you take it that in that spirit, then we ensure the joyful learning. We ensure the culturally rootedness. We ensure that we are going to understand our past, our civilization, our heritage, and then link it to the present and think about the future. So that type of criticality should be there in understanding the ideas, in understanding the illustrations, and lot of illustrations inside you will find. So lot of things are there. Similarly, if you go through this again, class 7, this new textbooks, Purvi for English, if you see this, you will find lot of different things. And as I have been saying that this Purvi is a rag, which is sung. Then in middle stage we have shifted to the from musical instruments to the ragas. How we sing, what are the ragas in classical music, and how our deep rooted, our civilization, our culture is deeply rooted with the nature, because this rag Purvi is sung at the time of dusk, and that takes us to the Vedic time. It's Godhuli, we call it Godhuli. Godhuli के वक्त में इसको गाते हैं रात. So lot of ideas are put behind these illustrations, these designing cover pages. In earlier books, you would see lot of negative things used to be there on our cover page, on our in our chapters, in our books. Lot of ugly, negative, and very sorrowful, horrible pictures used to be given to paint the country as the black. That blackness has to go. We are moving to the light from the darkness, and that is the motive of the education. Tamso ma jyotirgamaya. So that is the spirit, and that spirit is being totally brought into our learning teaching method. Earlier, few people used to develop the teaching learning method. I could say less than 100 people developed all the tests. We have thousands of people experts with us. We have school teachers with us. We have university professors with us. We have teachers with us. We have pedagogues with us. We have different experts from all domains. We have technology people with ourselves. Lot of stakeholders are with us. So those are putting their ideas, and we are trying to bring out this type of learning teaching material. That is what NCERT is. And through this program, this is very 2-day program, but this should, because an idea is just a spark. If the idea come across in your mind, that will lead you to the innovation, and you can adopt the innovative learning teaching material. You can adopt this innovative learning teaching material. You can again find out innovative pedagogy for this learning teaching. You can develop yourself with the learning teaching material. It's not that this is just the thing we have done. You can also try to go into deeper of understanding this and then creating itself, creating your own learning teaching material also for making this very easier. So experiential learning, joyful learning, uh, and the holistic learning, and then integration is the very, very, you know, basic strength of all these textbooks. We are integrating our concepts, we are integrating our ideas in our small textbooks because we cannot afford to give a textbook for each and every theme or concept. Rather, integration, which has been the mandate of NEP also, through integration, we minimize the content and we densify the concept. So, densification of concept and maximizing the concept and minimizing the content is the hallmark of these textbooks. So that has to be understood. So I request all of you, please to first of all try to convince the teachers and parents that bridge. Then if करिए इनको please. There is one. Mute yourself. एक इसका है म्यूट करिए. ये तो जायसवाल. So serious. They are not serious. So I would request all of you, please ensure that this course is given to the teachers. Then assessments which should be there is try to approach to the students whether the bridge course is okay, whether the teacher has been transformed, whether the pedagogy of the teacher, method of teaching of the teacher has changed or not. If not, then we have to get feedback. We can change or we can bring necessary interventions into our programs also. But that will come only through critical inputs that we get from you. So that inputs that should be we will down to up to classroom. Once the bridge course is there, then the teaching of the textbooks started. We have brought out almost all the language books for grade 4 and 7. Most of them are out there. Few of them will be available by next, and all the textbooks for grade 4 and 7 will be available by 20th of then for grade 5 and 8 also work is going on. You have the bridge course. After completing the bridge course, there should be some assessment part, not formal, but very informal assessment of the teacher, of the students, and the holidays will come, summer vacations will come. So please assist the parents and parents for purchasing the books in summer vacations. The students should be deeply associated with the summer vacations. Once they come to the school, they will have their textbooks. And we will bring out textbooks, no problem. But I will request that these textbooks should be given to the students only after summer vacations, so that they will get time to understand the basic course and they will prepare themselves for understanding the new text. Because you might have noticed if we have a chapter, say, okay, chapter, then there are 10 pages for sleep, for exercise, for relaxation, and lot of activities are there, information is there, illustrations are there. That is, and through these exercises, we always try to go back to the basic content of chapter. So that is ensuring the experiential learning. That is ensuring the learn how to learn. That is ensuring the very much basic understanding of the chapter. Then rote learning will go away. So assessment should also be done like this, just as we have given in our exercises. Less content with a very short chapter, but then the exercise and illustrations and activities of 10 pages. So this is another very different, aspects of new learning teaching material, which NEP has desired that it should. So I wish you all the best and I thank you for joining this program. And NCRT is always with you. We will work together. And I request all of you go deeper and deeper, go downwards to the district, the block level, to consult your teachers, to work jointly, because education is for all and it is through all. By giving training to handful people will not serve the purpose. We should take it to each and every teacher. If if we organize such programs through YouTube or through WebEx, we should try to associate with us thousands and millions of teachers so that in one session, lakhs of teachers can have this program there. And the second part, then the assessment and then the improvement. You will give us feedback about this program, and feedback should be based on the facts, the critical investigation, yes, not on imaginations. And the criticality will come when you go into down in, and you will ensure the questioning of the trainees. When the trainees, if the trainees are questioned, then they will be serious. And it should be made clear that you will have to give feedback and their feedback will be taken for this. Then the seriousness will be there and these programs will be really successful. I wish you all the very best. This program, I thank our curriculum department, Ranjana Arora and her team, and all of you who are with us and who will be with us. And each of you should bring with you thousands of trainees and teachers so that we can make change. This is a just making a change. This is a thinking of all the people, thinking of all the stakeholders, so that our society should bloom with the light of the education, new education, in the new era. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much, sir, for really motivating our teachers and giving salient features of our textbooks and bridge programs. Your inaugural address will be really helpful for all of us to take forward this program. Uh, uh, so prior to moving to next session, I just want to uh, say that please all the participants who have joined from YouTube, please excuse us because of some technical problem. You are not you were not able to heard our director sir, but we are soon uploading inaugural address of director sir, recorded version. So you will be able to listen to each and every word of our inaugural session. So, but from this side, in textbook session, you will not have any problem because uh, here there is no technical problem. But from transmission from here to YouTube is there is some technical problem in the device, but now it has been sorted out. So there will not be any problem, and you will also be getting recorded version. So, but still, we are very sorry for your time, which is very valuable, and you are not able to hear anything. So now I would
Excuse me, ma'am.
request Professor S.B.
Excuse me,
Mohanty ji
ma'am.
to extend vote of thanks for this inaugural session.
Ma'am,
Thank you.
excuse me.
Thank you, madam. Uh, on behalf of the Department of Curriculum Studies and Development, I express my immense gratitude to the Honorable Director NCERT, Professor D.P. Saklani sir, for his valuable guidance. And he joined in spite of his busy schedule. And I am thankful to the head of the Department of DCSD, Professor Ranjana Arora, for guiding us and taking this initiative to make the program successful. And all the dignitaries, participants who joined the inaugural session online from CBSE, Army Welfare Education Society, Atomic Energy Education Society. And I'm thankful to Joint Director CIT, Head MPD, and the technical team from MPD for all technical supports in transmitting the program. And thanks to all. Namaskar. And in now the inaugural session is over. So the next technical session will be started soon. Now, Dr. Ritu Chandra from Department of Elementary Education will facilitate the technical sessions. So I would like to invite Dr. Ritu Chandra to come to the dais.
A very good afternoon to all of you. And I would like to say thank you to our Director NCERT sir, Professor Dinesh Prasad Saklani sir, and Professor Ranjana Arora ma'am. She is head of the Department of Curriculum Studies. And also, I would like to thank the coordinator of this orientation program, Dr. Professor SP Mohanty ji, who is coordinating this program, as well as all the faculty members and officers of NCERT for organizing such a very important program on the deliberation on the textbooks, as well as the bridge course, which were recently developed for different grades of school education. So, apart from that, I would also like to welcome all of you on the behalf of the Department of Elementary Education, as well as Department of Curriculum Studies and CRT. Um, we know that participants as well as officers from CBSE, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan, Atomic Energy Education Society, and Army Welfare Education Society, all officers are also there who are attending. And we are really grateful for you to show your interest for attending such training program and requesting us. So thank you for that. And as you know that this program is meant for 4 days, and this is the day one of the technical session, wherein we will have four different sessions, and we have six different experts in the field of mathematics, languages, Hindi, English, and Urdu. So, without taking much time, I would like to just inform you few things which you need to keep in mind, like this particular each session out of all four, each session is meant for 30 minutes, wherein our experts will talk about the textbooks of grade 4 of their respective subject, and also the bridge course, and after that we will have 5 minutes of discussion, and we will try to take your questions. And so I request you, all of you, those who are joined with the YouTube link, kindly use the YouTube to post your questions. And also those who have joined with the Zoom link, please use the chat box to write your questions. We'll try our best to take all the questions, but 5 minutes are there, so be precise. Another thing is that kindly keep your mouse yourself mute, so that we can utilize maximum time. So with this, today, the first session is on Hindi textbooks as well as bridge course. So we have with us Dr. Neel Kant Kumar ji. He is an assistant professor for Hindi language, and he is posted in the Department of Education in Languages in NCERT. He has expertise in the development of the curriculum and learning material such as textbooks, e-content and training material on Hindi language and literature. He is also one of the members of Hindi curriculum development at CBSE. So I welcome Dr. Neelkant ji, and now this house with you. And please stick to 25 minutes.
धन्यवाद मैडम। सर्वप्रथम माननीय निदेशक महोदय, जो हम सबके अकादमिक प्रेरणा स्रोत रहते हैं हमेशा, प्रोफेसर रंजना मैडम, जो इस तरह की योजना के मूल में रहती हैं, सभी संगठनों के मौजूद अधिकारीगण एवं तमाम शिक्षक एवं शिक्षिकाओं का मैं स्वागत करता हूं। कक्षा 4 की किताबें आ चुकी हैं। हिंदी की किताब वीणा आप सबके समक्ष और मेरे समक्ष भी मौजूद है। तो नई कक्षा में प्रवेश के साथ ही आवश्यक है कि हम इन पाठ्य पुस्तकों को कैसे पढ़ें और पढ़ाएं, इस संदर्भ में बातचीत करें। आप सब जानते हैं कि कक्षा 3 की निरंतरता में कक्षा 4 की किताबें बनाई गई हैं। जब राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति आई थी और उसके अनुसरण में राष्ट्रीय पाठ्यचर्या की रूपरेखा विद्यालयी शिक्षा और पाठ्यक्रम का निर्माण हुआ था, तब हमने 3, 4, 5 की निरंतरता में ध्यान में रखते हुए पाठ्यक्रम तैयार किया था। और उसी पाठ्यक्रम को ध्यान में रखते हुए हमने कक्षा 3 की किताब तैयार की। और कक्षा 3 की किताब जहां खत्म हुई, उसकी निरंतरता में उसके आगे हम भाषा ज्ञान की दृष्टि से, कौशलों की दृष्टि से, रचनात्मकता की दृष्टि से, लिखने पढ़ने की दृष्टि से और पढ़ने पढ़ाने की दृष्टि से 4 की किताबों को तैयार किया है। आज यह अवसर मुझे प्राप्त हुआ है कि इन वीणा शीर्षक से जो कक्षा 4 की पाठ्य पुस्तक हिंदी की आई है, उसमें मुख्य बिंदु कौन कौन से हैं आपके समक्ष प्रस्तुत करूं। तो सर्वप्रथम मैं चाहूंगा कि निदेशक महोदय ने किताब आप लोगों को दिखा दी है। आप अगर कैमरा पर देख पा रहे हो तो वीणा को देखें। यह हमारी हिंदी की नई किताब है और साथ ही जैसा कि निदेशक महोदय बता रहे थे कि कई तरह की बातों को प्रतिबिंबित भी करती है। यहाँ पर आपको ग्रामीण जीवन भी दिख रहा होगा और सोलर पैनल और आदित्य जो कि सूर्ययान है वो भी दिखाई पड़ रहा होगा। तो एक तरफ हमारी जो प्राचीन परंपरा और संस्कृति है, जिसको प्रतिबिंबित करने के लिए वीणा और वाद्य यंत्र के रूप में मौजूद है। और वीणा वाद्य यंत्र के साथ साथ आप और भी परंपरागत चीजें पाठ्य पुस्तक के अंदर जब प्रविष्ट होंगे तो देखेंगे। तो परंपरा से लेकर आधुनिकता तक की पूरी यात्रा आपको हिंदी की पाठ्य पुस्तक में दिखाई पड़ेगी। आपने कक्षा 3 की किताब में भी देखा था कि किस प्रकार हमने जातक कथा, पंचतंत्र इत्यादि से लेकर चंद्रयान तक की यात्रा तय की थी। उस चंद्रयान तक की यात्रा को फिर से हम आगे बढ़ाने आए हैं। और आप देखेंगे यहाँ पर हिंदी की पाठ्य पुस्तकों में लोक कथाएं, तेनालीरामन की कथा और जैसा कि सर कह रहे थे कि आदित्य की कथा, कहानी के रूप में, संवाद के रूप में आदित्य के बारे में एक वैज्ञानिक जानकारी भी मिलेगी, डिजिटल जानकारी भी मिलेगी
वैज्ञानिक और तार्किक चिंतन के भी अवसर हमारे विद्यार्थियों को प्राप्त होंगे। तो कुल मिलाकर 3 की निरंतरता में 4 की किताब आपके समक्ष मौजूद है। अब मैं अनुरोध करूंगा कि पीपीटी अगर हमारे समक्ष हो तो आप लोग देख पाएंगे। जो वीणा किताब का आवरण पृष्ठ आपने देख लिया। आवरण पृष्ठ के संदर्भ में जो हमारी बातचीत है कि कैसे हमारे यहाँ हल्दी और नीम जैसे जो पदार्थ हैं वो भारतीय परंपरा और संस्कृति से जुड़े हुए हैं, तो हमने नीम पर एक कविता ली है और नीम के बहाने हमने भारतीय स्वास्थ्य और योगक्षेम, भारतीय परंपरा और संस्कृति और खेल खेल में भाषा सीखने के तमाम उपकरणों का उपयोग किया है। इस संदर्भ में एक मुख्य बात जिसकी ओर मैं आप सबका ध्यान आकर्षित करना चाहूंगा वो ये कि आप अगर देखें प्रारंभ में विषय सूची, तो विषय सूची में जो सामग्री आपको दिखाई पड़ती है पाठ के रूप में। पाठ हमारे लिए एक आधार होता है, लेकिन एक शिक्षक के रूप में, पढ़ने पढ़ाने वाले के रूप में मेरे लिए मूल सामग्री अभ्यास कार्य है, एक्सरसाइज है। अगर आप एक्सरसाइज को, अभ्यास कार्य को ठीक से करते हैं, तभी जिन कौशलों को लक्षित किया गया है, जिन कौशलों को ध्यान में रखा गया है, वो प्राप्त होगा। पाठ आधार है, लेकिन हमें मुख्य रूप से विद्यार्थियों के बीच जाना है। जो महत्वपूर्ण है वो अभ्यास कार्य है। तो अभ्यास कार्य के एक एक गतिविधि को आप ध्यान से करें और करवाएं। उन तमाम गतिविधि, वो तमाम गतिविधि किसी न किसी सीखने के प्रतिफल, लक्ष्य और दक्षताओं से संबंधित हैं। आप उनको अगर विद्यार्थियों के साथ करते हैं तो खेल खेल में किताब खत्म हो जाएगी और किताब खत्म होते होते जो अपेक्षित दक्षताएं और सीखने के प्रतिफल है वो आप प्राप्त करने की स्थिति में होंगे। तो सबसे पहले हम चलते हैं कि पाठ्य पुस्तक की संरचना। इस पाठ्य पुस्तक के निर्माण में जो राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति, आप देखें कि ये नई शिक्षा नीति नहीं, राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति है। तो इसके मूल में ही राष्ट्रीयता, भारतीयता और भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा और संस्कृति है। तो हमने पाठ्य पुस्तक निर्माण की प्रक्रिया में भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा को मुख्य रूप से ध्यान में रखा है। कक्षा 3 की किताब को हमने जहां खत्म किया उसकी निरंतरता में हम आगे बढ़े हैं और भाषा के उस कौशल से धीरे धीरे लिखने, पढ़ने, सुनने, बोलने की दक्षताओं को हमने आगे तक बढ़ाया है। सरल से जटिल एवं संश्लिष्टता की ओर हम आगे बढ़े हैं। प्रारंभ में सरल पाठ रखे गए हैं, धीरे धीरे जटिल एवं संश्लिष्ट पाठ रखे गए हैं कि बच्चे जो जटिल और संश्लिष्ट दक्षताएं भी हैं भाषा के संदर्भ में उनको प्राप्त कर सकें। और जो मुख्य विषय वस्तु पाठ्यक्रम के हैं, उन मुख्य विषय वस्तुओं को हमने अलग अलग पाठों और अभ्यास कार्यों में अंतर निहित किया है। एक और बात ध्यान रखने लायक ये है कि भारतीय मौसम एवं जो हमारे पर्व त्योहार हैं, जैसे होली मार्च या फरवरी के महीने के आसपास, वसंत का मौसम उसके आसपास है। इसी प्रकार दीपावली अक्टूबर, नवंबर या त्योहार और भी जो आते हैं वो उन महीनों के आसपास आते हैं। तो पाठों को इस प्रकार से क्रम में रखा गया है कि होली से संबंधित अगर कोई कविता आए, दीपावली से संबंधित अगर कोई पाठ आए या ओणम से संबंधित कोई पाठ आए, तो वो पर्व त्योहार उन महीनों में ही बच्चों के समक्ष आए ताकि वो अपने पर्व त्योहार और परिवेश से जोड़कर उन पाठों को आनंद लेकर पढ़ें और पढ़ाएं। विधाओं के संतुलन पर भी ध्यान दिया गया है कि कविताएं भी हों, कहानियां भी हों, नाटक भी हों, संवाद भी हों, पत्र भी हों, भाषा के अलग अलग रूप मौजूद हों पाठ्य पुस्तक में, ताकि विद्यार्थी जो भाषा संबंधी दक्षता अर्जित करें तो तमाम तरह के भाषाई प्रयोग को अपने अंदर समाहित कर सकें। और आप सब जानते हैं कि दक्षताओं और सीखने के प्रतिफलों को तो पाठ्यक्रम निर्माण के दौरान ही पिछली बार भी हमारी बात हुई कि ध्यान में रखा गया और उन्हीं को ध्यान में रखते हुए हमने पाठ्यपुस्तक और अभ्यास कार्य निर्मित किए हैं। यह एक बहुभाषिक और बहुसांस्कृतिक राष्ट्र है, तो बहुभाषिकता और बहुसांस्कृतिक परिवेश को ध्यान में रखा गया है। आप देखेंगे कि हमारे यहाँ उत्तर पूर्व के भी पाठ आपको मिलेंगे, केरल राज्य से भी, दक्षिण के भी पाठ मिलेंगे, पूरब और पश्चिम से भी भौगोलिक रूप की जो विविधता है उसको ग्रहण करने की कोशिश की गई है और संस्कृति, भाषा को भी मातृभाषा के रूप में अलग अलग क्षेत्रों से लेने की कोशिश की गई है। तो इस प्रकार से इस किताब में भरपूर कोशिश की गई है कि जो भारत राष्ट्र की विविधता है, चाहे भाषाई, सांस्कृतिक हो, उन सबको समाहित किया जाए और एक और बात जो इस शीर्षक से संबंधित है, वीणा आदि वाद्य यंत्र है हमारा, देवी सरस्वती भी इससे संबंधित हैं, तो विद्या का संबंध भी इससे बैठता है। और इसीलिए हम अपने पाठ का प्रारंभ गायन से करते हैं और गायन पर ही खत्म करते हैं। कक्षा 4 की भी हिंदी की पाठ्य पुस्तक प्रार्थना से प्रारंभ होकर समूह गायन पर खत्म होती है। अब आप विषय वस्तु जिसका पाठ्यक्रम में उल्लेख किया गया है, अंग्रेजी में थीम कहते हैं, प्रकृति और पर्यावरण, खान पान और स्वास्थ्य, सूझबूझ और विवेक, खेल और शिक्षा, देश की वैज्ञानिक प्रगति, इन सारे विषय वस्तुओं को आप देखेंगे कि अगले कॉलम में, अगले बॉक्स में आपको दिखाई पड़ रहा है, वो विषय सूची है। तो उन विषय सूचियों के साथ समाहित किया गया है, उनका एकीकरण किया गया है। तो ये जितने भी विषय वस्तु आपको दिखाई पड़ रहे हैं वो पाठ और अभ्यास कार्य में समाहित हो गए हैं। वो आपको स्क्रीन पर दिख रहा होगा कि चिड़िया का गीत, बगीचे का घोंघा, नीम, कविता और कहानी है। इसी तरह से हमारा आहार, मिठाइयों का सम्मेलन, इसका संबंध खान पान और स्वास्थ्य से है। सूझबूझ और विवेक, कविता का कमाल एक लोक कथा है जिसमें एक बच्चा किस तरह से सूझबूझ से बहुत सारा धन अर्जित करता है और अपने माता पिता के लिए नाम भी अर्जित करता है, तो वो है। इसी प्रकार से खेल और जिज्ञासा से संबंधित पाठ और देश और वैज्ञानिक प्रगति से संबंधित ओणम के रंग, हमारा आदित्य जैसे पाठ मौजूद हैं।
13 minutes.
अब एक और जो बात है जिसका उल्लेख बार बार राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति में भी किया गया है कि रीडिंग, तो आप देखेंगे कि पढ़ने के लिए सिर्फ अलग से पाठ दिए गए हैं और ऐसे कई पाठ हैं जैसे कि ऐसा वर दो, मती की उड़ान, भांति भांति की पत्तियां और हवा और धूल कविता, चेरापूंजी के मेहमान, गोलगप्पा, जलेबी, इस तरह की तमाम कविताएं और छोटी छोटी कहानियां हैं जो बच्चों के अंदर पढ़ने की रुचि पैदा करने के लिए, चस्का पैदा करने के लिए दिया गया है, ताकि वो पढ़कर धीरे धीरे अपनी इस प्रवृत्ति को समाज में और पुस्तकालय तक ले जाएं और यह आदत आगे तक विकसित हो। अब आप विषय सूची को देख रहे होंगे और विषय सूची से अनुमान लगा सकते हैं कि प्रारंभ से ही किस प्रकार रंगीन चित्रों के माध्यम से आकर्षक चित्रक और पृष्ठों का जो आवरण है वो इस प्रकार दिया गया है कि बच्चे आकर्षित हों, देखें और किताब में प्रविष्ट हों। अब प्रमुख बिंदु वो कौन कौन से हैं जिनकी चर्चा मैं आप लोगों से कर भी चुका हूं कि भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा, दक्षताएं, सीखने के प्रतिफल और भाषा कौशलों को, पंचकोशीय अवधारणा को समाहित हमने किया है, भारतीय विविधता, भौगोलिकता, वैज्ञानिक प्रकृति, इन सब को भी, और संवेदनशीलता जो खास करके परिवेश, जेंडर, पर्यावरण, विशेष आवश्यकता वाले जो विद्यार्थी होते हैं वो, इन सबको मुख्य रूप से ध्यान में भी रखा गया है कि अभ्यास कार्य के दौरान हम इन सबको भी समाहित करके चलें। साथ ही रचनात्मकता, कल्पना, जिज्ञासा, तार्किक चिंतन, कला समेकन, इन सब का को भी रूपांतरित किया गया है अलग अलग गतिविधियों में और पाठों में। हमने कोशिश किया है कि गणित, विज्ञान, सामाजिक विज्ञान जैसे विषयों को भी हिंदी में हम लेकर आए, इसलिए अंतर अनुशासनिक दृष्टिकोण भी आप जब इस किताब को पढ़ेंगे और पढ़ाएंगे तो आप देखेंगे कि जगह जगह अभ्यास कार्य में और पाठों में भी आपको अंतर अनुशासनिक दृष्टिकोण दिखाई पड़ेगा। और साथ ही वित्तीय, डिजिटल और तकनीकी जानकारी की भी सूचना प्रारंभिक स्तर पर आपको यहाँ पर दिखाई पड़ेगी। खेल खेल में बच्चे सीखें, आनंददायक गतिविधि हो, पुस्तकालय तक वो पहुंचे, और साथ ही जो शिक्षण अधिगम आनंद आधारित हो और आकलन का तौर तरीका ऐसा हो, अभ्यास कार्य ऐसे हों जिसमें बच्चों पर कोई विशेष दबाव ना बने, वो आनंददायक रूप से अभ्यास कार्य को करते हुए और भाषा के कौशलों को सीखे, इसकी कोशिश मुख्य रूप से की गई है। आकलन के संदर्भ में मुख्य रूप से जो ध्यान रखा गया है वो उसकी चर्चा हमारे और आपके बीच हो चुकी है। आप सब जानते हैं कि आकलन अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से हो तो बेहतर होता है और आकलन में किसी भी बच्चे के हर आयाम का मूल्यांकन हो, इस तरह से करना चाहिए। तो जो टॉय बॉक्स पेडागोजी और गतिविधि आधारित हमारे अभ्यास कार्य हैं उनमें आपको आकलन के यही तौर तरीके दिखाई पड़ेंगे। अब जो अभी तक सैद्धांतिक रूप से चर्चा हुई है आपसे, आप उसका उदाहरण अपने स्क्रीन पर देख सकते हैं कि भारतीयता के लिए जैसे हमने नीम की चर्चा की कि नीम और हल्दी का कैसे भारतीयता के संदर्भ में और संस्कृति से जुड़ाव है, और कैसे वो स्वास्थ्य और योगक्षेम से लेकर हमारे पर्व त्योहार तक जाता है। ओणम के रंग, इसका आप समझ सकते हैं कि ओणम के बहाने भारत के जितने भी त्योहार हैं अभ्यास कार्य में, उन सब की चर्चा की गई है। तो ओणम पाठ एक आधार है, और अभ्यास कार्य में हमने एक तरह से संपूर्ण भारत की यात्रा की है पर्व त्योहार के संदर्भ में। आप नृत्य के अलग अलग रूप भी देख सकते हैं, ये भी गतिविधि के रूप में आपको दिखाई पड़ेगा जब आप इस किताब को पढ़ेंगे और पढ़ाएंगे। परिवेश, जेंडर और बहुभाषिकता के उदाहरण आपको दिखाई पड़ रहे होंगे। अगर स्क्रीन थोड़ा और बड़ा हो जाए तो आपको और साफ साफ दिखाई पड़ेगा ये। तो हमने बगीचे के घोंघा में जैसे हमारे लिए मुख्य है कि बच्चे में बोलने का कौशल, मौखिक अभिव्यक्ति हो, तो उसके लिए चित्र देकर कुछ प्रश्न दिए गए हैं, आप देख सकते हैं। अब एक परिवार में आप जेंडर की बात बताई जा रही है कि स्त्रीलिंग और पुल्लिंग का प्रयोग कैसे होता है, और उसके बहाने आप देखें कि हमने स्टीरियोटाइप तोड़ने की कोशिश भी की है कि अखबार का पढ़ना या घर किचन में खाना बनाना, इन सब चीजों को बदल कर आपके समक्ष प्रस्तुत करने की कोशिश की गई है, ताकि जेंडर को बच्चा सीखे भी और स्टीरियोटाइप भी टूटे कि एक खास प्रकार की धारणा जो स्त्री और पुरुष को लेकर बन जाती है वो भी। एक चित्रकथा दी गई है जिसमें मातृभाषा का उपयोग और बच्चे की रचनात्मकता के लिए आप देखेंगे कि गतिविधि है कि एक कुत्ता है, वो एक व्यक्ति आता है और फल की दुकान पर जा रहा है, कुत्ता देख रहा है, वह केला खरीदता है, छील कर केले का छिलका बाहर फेंक देता है, और कुत्ता उस पर भौं भौं करता है, और उसके बाद वो उठाकर कुत्ता खुद ही डस्टबिन में डालकर केले के छिलके को आता है। अब इसमें कहीं भी संवाद नहीं है, ये छोड़ दिया गया है कि इस पर बच्चे या जो भी इसको करे वो संवाद लिखे, तो वो अपनी मातृभाषा में इसको लिख सकता है। और हमारे समक्ष रंजना मैडम बैठी हुई हैं, उन्होंने पंजाबी में बड़ा अच्छा इसका प्रत्युत्तर दिया था इस चित्र को देखते हुए, और पंजाबी में संवाद बोले थे। कई लोगों ने भोजपुरी में संवाद बोले, कई लोगों ने मलयालम और तमिल में बोले। तो मातृभाषा और भारतीय भाषाओं को प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए और मातृभाषा के साथ मदर टंग टू अदर टंग की यात्रा तय करने के लिए इस तरह की तमाम गतिविधियां दी गई हैं। अब अनुभव आधारित अधिगम कला समेकन, इसके उदाहरण आपको दिखाई पड़ रहे होंगे कि किस तरह बारिश की एक छतरी बनाई गई है, सिखाया गया है, और उस छतरी को इस तरह की और पुतलियां उंगली में लगाकर बच्चे किस प्रकार से संवाद बोल सकते हैं और गतिविधि कर सकते हैं। एक पौधा लगाने की भी गतिविधि दी गई है कि बच्चे पौधा लगाएं भी और अपने पौधे को बड़ा होते भी देखें। तो अनुभव आधारित अधिगम, कला सम्मेलन, इन सब के उदाहरण आपको इन पाठ्य पुस्तकों में साफ तौर पर दिखाई पड़ेंगे। हमारा आदित्य, ये आपको सूर्य के अलग अलग रंग के चित्र दिख रहे होंगे जो कि आदित्य ने लिया है, और ये इसरो के वेबसाइट पर है, हमने वहीं से लिया है। तो करीब से सूर्य के कितने रंग हो सकते हैं, ये आनंददायक होगा बहुत बच्चों को देखना। तो इस पर एक संवाद आधारित हमने पाठ तैयार किया है जो बहुत रोचक है, और सूर्य के अलग अलग रूपों को दिखाने और समझाने की कोशिश की गई है खेल खेल में, नाटक के रूप में। तो यह भी एक रोचक पाठ है जिसमें वैज्ञानिकता, तार्किकता, वैज्ञानिक समझ और एक जिज्ञासा कि हम भी गगनयान से, चंद्रयान से या सूर्ययान से कभी स्पेस की यात्रा करेंगे, कभी अंतरिक्ष में जाएंगे। तो ये सब छोटी छोटी भावनाएं बच्चों में वैज्ञानिक चिंतन पैदा करती है, और पता नहीं हम में से कौन कब इस तरह के पाठ को पढ़कर वैज्ञानिक बन जाए। और अबुल कलाम कहा भी करते थे इस संदर्भ में कि बच्चों में इस तरह की चेतना पैदा करनी चाहिए, और वो भी प्रारंभिक स्तर पर ही। डिजिटल जागरूकता की वित्तीय जागरूकता के उदाहरण आपको स्क्रीन पर दिख रहे होंगे। अब आपको कई शब्द संबंधी गतिविधि दिख रहे हैं। गलती ढूंढना जो बच्चों को बहुत अच्छा लगता है, उस तरह की जो चित्र देकर ढूंढने की गतिविधियां दी गई हैं। बच्चों को एक पत्र दिया गया था जिसमें सैर यात्रा की बात है कि वह जयपुर घूमने जाता है, और अब एक गतिविधि दी गई है कि इसको देखकर वो उन शब्दों को, अजंता, एलोरा, इस तरह की घूमने संबंधी शब्दावली जो हैं उसको फव्वारे में भरे, और नीचे अंक दिए गए हैं। आप इस गतिविधि को करेंगे तो बच्चों के लिए काफी रोचक होगा। बच्चों के संवाद की भी संभावना है कि बच्चे कैमरे से बात कर रहे हैं, कैमरा उनसे क्या कहता है और वो कैमरे से क्या कहते हैं। तो ये रचनात्मकता, जिज्ञासा और कल्पना के लिए है। और इस तरह की तमाम गतिविधियां जो रचनात्मकता, जिज्ञासा, कल्पना और भाषाई कौशलों को बढ़ावा देती हैं, वो यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं। इन सभी बिंदुओं को ध्यान में रखते हुए वीणा किताब तैयार की गई है। आप इस पाठ में जब प्रविष्ट होंगे तो आप देखेंगे कि खेल खेल में आनंददायक गतिविधि को करते हुए आप विभिन्न दक्षताओं और भाषाई कौशलों को अर्जित कर पाएंगे। और गीत से प्रारंभ करके आप देखें कि एक समूह गायन पर ही यह किताब खत्म होती है, जैसा कि कक्षा 3 में भी हमने किया था, उसी की निरंतरता में कक्षा 4 भी है और कक्षा 5 में भी ऐसी ही संभावना है। चंद्रयान हमने 3 में लिया था, यहाँ पर हमने सूर्ययान लिया है, 5 में भी हम कुछ न कुछ इस तरह की सामग्री अवश्य लेंगे। तो एक निरंतरता है 3 से 5 तक की यात्रा में। यह किताब अब आप सबको समर्पित है। आप इसको देखें और आनंददायक ढंग से इसका उपयोग करें। दूसरी बात, सेतु सामग्री के संदर्भ में कक्षा 5 के लिए सेतु सामग्री भी आपके समक्ष तैयार है। और सेतु सामग्री अगर आप प्ले कर दें तो सेतु सामग्री आपको दिखाई पड़ेगा। सेतु सामग्री इसलिए आप सबके समक्ष है कि एक तो बच्चा कक्षा 5 की किताबें पढ़ेगा, 4 की वो पुरानी किताब पढ़कर आया है और 5 की नई किताब पढ़ेगा। तो इनमें जो दक्षताओं को लेकर के, सीखने के प्रतिफल को लेकर, व्याकरण के बिंदुओं को लेकर, पुस्तकालय के उपयोग को लेकर या और भी गतिविधियां जो भाषा संबंधी हैं, उनमें कोई अवकाश रह जाता है, गैप रह जाता है, तो उनको गतिविधियों के माध्यम से, पाठ्य के माध्यम से परिपूर्ण कर दिया जाए और उनको ध्यान में रखते हुए बच्चे कक्षा 5 की किताब को बहुत आराम से और प्राकृतिक तरीके से पढ़ें। इसके लिए सेतु सामग्री की व्यवस्था की गई है। सेतु सामग्री 6 सप्ताह के लिए है। आप सब जानते हैं, जब तक कि नई किताब ना आ जाए। इस सेतु सामग्री की व्यवस्था इस प्रकार की गई है कि शुरू में बहुत सामान्य गतिविधियां दी गई हैं, प्रारंभिक स्तर की गतिविधियां दी गई है, लेकिन जैसे जैसे आप आगे बढ़ेंगे आप देखेंगे कि गतिविधियों का स्तर धीरे धीरे बढ़ता चलता है और अंत तक आते आते जैसे कक्षा 5 की हिंदी की किताब में पाठ होंगे, उसी प्रकार के पाठ आपको मिलेंगे सेतु पाठ्यक्रम में। तो प्रारंभ में आराम आराम से गतिविधियों को आनंददायक ढंग से करके वो अंत तक कक्षा 5 में जो प्रारंभिक पाठ होंगे उस स्तर तक पहुंच जाएगा। तो एक प्रकार से आप देखें कि स्मूथ ट्रांजिशन, बिल्कुल सहज तरीके से वो 4 से 5 में पहुंचेगा, इसके बावजूद कि उसने 4 की पुरानी किताब पढ़ी है और 5 की नई किताब नए पाठ्यक्रम के अनुसार पढ़ने वाला है। तो यह सेतु कार्यक्रम आप सबके लिए अपलोड हो गया है वेबसाइट पर। हिंदी की सामग्री आप देख सकते हैं, डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं और आप सबसे मेरा अनुरोध है कि बच्चों से यह गतिविधि आप अवश्य करवाएं और आप देखेंगे कि इन 2 महीनों में शायद गतिविधि करते करते, पढ़ते लिखते उनको इतना आनंद आए कि कक्षा 5 की किताब में उनको प्राकृतिक रूप से आनंद आने लगेगा, क्योंकि कक्षा 5 की किताब इस सेतु कार्यक्रम की ही निरंतरता में है। तो मेरी तरफ से आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और आभार। अब आपके समक्ष कोई प्रश्न हो, कुछ पूछना हो तो आप पूछ सकते हैं।
So thank you, Dr. Neelkant, for giving a lot of insights. And I was reading the comments, and you have received a lot of appreciation for your session. And especially Jyotika Lalwani ji has mentioned that thank you so much, sir, for clearing all the doubts and giving us the clarity over what to do and how to do it. As I said that we have now 5 minutes to take up your questions, and I have noted down some of the questions. Can I go ahead with that?
हाँ, क्यों नहीं?
लिखा हुआ है मैंने।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
कुछ सजेशंस भी है, वो भी ले लेंगे और आई थिंक इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन आल्सो। पहला हम सजेशन और कम क्वेश्चन है संगीता रेही जी का। I also request you for the next sessions, please write your name of this school or society so that we understand that from which part you are asking the question. So suggestion ये है कि the bridge program may encourage the 360-degree learning approach. So this is the suggestion, but I want to ask a question from their behalf is that कि क्या हमारा bridge course 360-degree learning को approach को follow नहीं करता?
जो सेतु कार्यक्रम अब तो वेबसाइट पे अपलोड कर दिया गया है और मेरे हाथ में भी मौजूद है, आप देख सकते हैं, मैं लेकर इसकी हार्ड कॉपी आया हूँ। जो गतिविधियां दी गई हैं वो अलग अलग तरह की गतिविधियां दी गई हैं जो सुनने, लिखने, पढ़ने, बोलने, कविता और कहानी आधारित के साथ साथ बच्चों के जो अलग अलग आयाम हैं उन सब को मूल्यांकित करने का, उन सब के आकलन करने का प्रयास इसमें किया गया है। तो संभवतः हमने हर कोशिश की है कि 360 डिग्री आकलन को ध्यान में रखकर ही ये सामग्री तैयार हो, और ऐसा ही किया गया है पाठ्य पुस्तकों में भी और सेतु सामग्री में भी। आप गतिविधियों को देखें तो आपको ये विश्वास हो जाएगा कि आकलन के जितने भी आयाम संभव हैं उन सबको ध्यान में रखा गया है। विद्यार्थी का सिर्फ लिखना, पढ़ना, सुनना, बोलना ही नहीं, रचनात्मकता, जिज्ञासा, कल्पना, उनका व्यवहार, सभी को आप आकलित कर पाएंगे अगर आप इस सेतु कार्यक्रम को गतिविधि के रूप में अपने विद्यार्थियों के साथ करते हैं। जैसे कैलेंडर का एक उदाहरण है, और भी कई उदाहरण हैं, वो आप उसको देखें तो आपको स्पष्ट हो जाएगा।
So 2 more minutes to take questions. एक प्रश्न है कि क्या सर 6 to 8 ग्रेड की भी हिंदी बुक्स चेंज होने वाली हैं?
जी हाँ, 6 की हो चुकी है, 7th की भी किताब आ चुकी है, और 8th की भी, जो एक साथ 6ठी, 7वीं और 8वीं के लिए पाठ्यक्रम विकसित किया गया है, तो 6ठी और 7वीं की निरंतरता में 8वीं की किताबें भी आ जाएंगी।
अच्छा, एक और क्वेश्चन है पंकज लता पांडे जी का। उन्होंने पूछा है कि स्टेट वाइज बुक्स हैं क्या, क्योंकि उत्तराखंड का एक एग्जाम्पल दिया है, रिमझिम वहां चलती है।
स्टेट के हिसाब से तो किताबें हमेशा होती हैं। देखिए, शिक्षा संवर्ती सूची में है, हमने अपनी किताबें बना दी, कोई स्टेट चाहे तो उसको स्वीकार कर सकता है, कोई चाहे तो अपने अनुसार उसको लोकलाइजेशन कर सकता है, और कोई चाहे तो स्वतंत्र रूप से भी अपनी किताबें बना सकता है, और ये तीनों उदाहरण हमारे देश में मौजूद हैं।
एक और प्रश्न है कि ये सारी किताबें कब तक बाजार में आ जाएगी?
हमारी किताबें छप रही हैं, छपने की प्रक्रिया में है, आपके समक्ष शीघ्र वो मौजूद रहेंगी।
एक प्रश्न है कि क्या ब्रिज कोर्स क्लास 4 के लिए भी अवेलेबल है, क्योंकि हमने टेक्स्ट बुक्स की बात करी आज।
4 के लिए ब्रिज कोर्स अवेलेबल, 4 के लिए तो किताब ही आई है, और 3 की भी नई किताब आ गई थी, तो उसकी आवश्यकता ही नहीं है। 3 की निरंतरता में 4 की किताब आई है, तो आपको ब्रिज कोर्स की आवश्यकता नहीं। ब्रिज कोर्स की आवश्यकता वहां होती है जहां पर गैप होते हैं, लर्निंग गैप।
एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है कि ये निचली लेवल पे सारी किताबें चेंज हो रही है, व्हाट अबाउट क्लास 11th एंड 12th की टेक्स्ट बुक्स?
वो अभी पॉलिसी के अंतर्गत है, जैसा भी निर्णय लिया जाएगा आपको सूचित कर दिया
एक बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन है जो मैं लेना चाह रही हूँ, उसमें ये है कि इतने बार बार किताबें चेंज होने से टीचर्स और पेरेंट्स को बहुत कंफ्यूजन होता है, क्या ऐसा है? और पुरानी किताबों से अलाइन नहीं है, मैच नहीं करती।
देखिए, समय बदलने के साथ जब समय तीव्र गति से बदलने लगता है तो किताबें भी वैसे समाज में तीव्र गति से बदलती हैं, और किताबें बदलती रहनी चाहिए, ये अच्छी बात है। बदलाव शुरू में अच्छा नहीं लगता है, बाद में फिर वही अच्छा इतना लगने लगता है कि हम कहते हैं कि इसको अब नहीं बदलना चाहिए। और ये तो 1-2 साल नहीं, 17 साल बाद ये किताबें
किताबें
बदल रही
बदल रही हैं,
हैं।
किताबें बदल रही हैं।
जी।
बिल्कुल ठीक कहा आपने। एक बहुत स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन है, आखिरी है, जिसमें एस देव जी ने पूछा है कि क्या आईसीएसई स्कूल्स को भी ये नई किताबें मिलेंगी?
ये तो वो आईसीएसई बोर्ड वाले ही बता सकते हैं।
और हमारी किताबें सभी के
हम
लिए
अपनी
हैं।
किताबों के संदर्भ में बता सकते हैं।
हमारी किताबें सभी के लिए हैं।
जी, जी। और हमारी किताबें जो लेना चाहें, चाहे सीबीएसई बोर्ड, आईसीएसई बोर्ड या कोई अन्य बोर्ड, वो ले सकता है। ये सबके लिए।
So with this, thank you so much, Dr. Neelkant Kumar ji, for a wonderful session and taking up all the questions very meticulously. Thank you so much. Now I invite Professor Vardha Nikalji, madam. She is faculty from the Department of Elementary Education, a very senior professor. And I also invite Dr. Meenakshi. She is currently posted in the Department of Languages, and she is looking after English textbooks. Please come to the stage. Meanwhile, for all of you, this housekeeping points are there. Like you have to continue keep your mics mute, and please post your questions on YouTube and as well as on Zoom chat box so that we can write down the question and ask them. And I also encourage all of you to please give some suggestions, constructive suggestions also. We will be happy to take your suggestions. And don't forget to write your organization or society with your question. This is now the second session out of all 4 sessions for today. This is regarding the English textbooks as well as bridge course for grade textbooks for grade 4 and bridge course for grade 5. So as I said that we have with us Professor Vardha Nikhalje from the Department of Elementary Education. She has an expertise in development of the textbooks at the primary level as well as preschool stage, and she has also developed kit as well as e-content for English language. We also have with us Dr. Meenakshi, and she is posted in the Department of Education and Languages, and she is also looking after the textbooks in English language. So now the house is with you. I have received a very important question कि book start कब से करनी है? So I'll take up this question at the by the end of this session. So madam, I request you to please make it very fast and stick to 25 minutes.
Thank you very much. Today we'll be talking about Santur, that is textbook for English, class 4. And I'm joined here by my colleague, Dr. Meenakshi Thakur, because as you can see, I'm not feeling so well my throat is having an infection. But the Santur book is something that you will all enjoy, I'm sure. Right from the cover page, the contents, the exercises, and the activities, they all reflect the National Education Policy 2020 with respect to language education. And they also take into consideration the class 3 and the class 5. It's in continuation, and we shall be looking at the bridge course also in a few minutes. In this session, we'll be talking about Santur, the textbook, of course. We'll also be talking about the NEP 2020, the section on language learning, which emphasizes multilingualism in the context of English. We'll also be introduced to the terms L1, L2, R1, and R2. The contents in the book, the structure of each unit, and the overall emphasis on Indian knowledge and the sensitivity to gender and to the disabled, with plenty of examples in all the units. So as you can see in the cover page, it is very colorful, it is very interesting. It has contemporaryity in terms of the Vande Bharat that you can see there, the ropeway that you can see. It's also nostalgic, bringing the swing on a rope, which any child all over the nation can easily relate to. On the front side, you can see the santur musical instrument, children playing happily, animals, birds, insects, everything is covered in this. So in the NCFSE, that is the National Curriculum Framework for School Education, language teachers particularly are requested to look at Part C, Chapter 2, which articulates about language education, the oracy and the literacy. All languages began orally and then script came later. We'll also be talking about effective communication skills and the literary and creative capacities, along with an appreciation and engagement in culture. So now my colleague will be taking over. Meenakshi.
Thank you, ma'am. As Professor Vardha ma'am has very beautifully shared the concept behind the cover page, as we have seen in the beginning of the cover page, how beautifully everything has been included as per the recommendations that have been given in NEP 2020, where we have intended to introduce our students with the Indian knowledge system with the help of a traditional musical instrument, that is santur over there. Again, we have a beautiful depiction of a girl who is working something, and the concept of inclusion has also been addressed. And ma'am has very beautifully mentioned that how the contemporary and the previous cultures have been taken together. So as the cover page talks about everything that is going to be in the textbook, so what we are focusing here in the textbook, because the basic language skills, LSRW, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, are already there. They have been there. But what we are focusing now, the main focus area here, is about enriching these skills with the help of the child only. So we are giving more autonomy to the child for those skills. So for that purpose, we have actually, I think through the PPT, you can also have a look. We have tried to focus on the four main areas with specific pointers. Like this. In oral language development, we are making use of picture, conversation, sharing experiences, storytelling, drama, and role play. So from these pointers, you can very well understand the intent is to involve the child, to give the child an autonomy to be there as an active learner through conversations, through sharing their experiences, through storytelling, through playing the character I mean, of a character given in the story or in the play. Then we have word recognition through phonological awareness. We are trying to create some activities through which the child can understand different sounds, because for a very good pronunciation, that sound identification is important. So that also been taken care of. Then letter recognition is there. Then sound symbol association. What is the sound symbol association? Because when we want our child to be a fluent orators, it's very pertinent to understand that the child should be able to understand the real kind of connection between the sound and the symbol. Then we have skill focused writing, where letters and words, they actually come into picture, where the child can use the skills which the child has learned in the classroom for writing something. Then letter and word reading is also there. In reading, we have talked about read aloud, shared reading, guided reading, independent reading, so that the child has a lot of opportunity to explore the reading aspects, because reading is very important for understanding the impressions of the language. Then comes the writing part, where we have model writing, shared, guided, and independent writing again, where the child will be learning the structure not only by through the model writing, but also exploring the new dimensions of writing with the help of the guidance of the teacher, facilitation of the teacher. So keeping that in mind, we intended here, as per the recommendations of the policy, to work with hand in hand with L1, L2, R1, R2 concept. For teachers, it's very important to understand the concept of L1, L2, R1, and R2, because L1 is, as such, the name depicts, is the first language the child is being introduced to. And through this language, the child will be getting familiar with the conversations happening around, and the child will be learning, acquiring the language. The second language could be a kind of a language which is also spoken at home, but not that frequently. So both these L1 and L2 are the languages the child is acquiring through the environment. Now comes R1 and R2. R1 and R2 will be those languages through which the child is communicating, understanding, along with reading and writing. So these languages will be more skilled, and learn kind of approach will be there. So what we can absorb from here is, when we understand that child has a very good language acquisition skills, using the same for the R1, R2 also can benefit in fixing the more pertinent and more important skills of language learning. Now, moving towards the structure of each unit that has been there in our book. First is, the book has been divided into different units on based on different themes, and we have tried to cover them with the help of certain exercises. Let's read, answer the following, think and answer, let's listen, let's speak, let's write, let's do, let's explore. So from the language, you can understand that we are actually involving the child. Let's do it. That means the child is actually the one who is going to do it, not we are going to guide the we are not going to handle the child and make him do it. The child will explore everything. Next comes the contents of the book, that you can see on the screen, that we have tried to cover all the themes as depicted in the cover page. Also, we have tried to involve all the facets of the learning for the child in that. We are talking about bonds, relationship, health and hygiene. We are talking about um, inclusiveness, we are talking about sense of belongingness. Everything has been covered through these themes, which are given in the contents part. The first unit, My Land, is having one poem, Together We Can. Then we have Tinkling Bells, we have Be Smart, Be Safe, road safety tips for the little feet. It's very important and pertinent issue. Why? Because nowadays we know children are more aware and they are having a lot of exposure, but having a lot of understanding about what could be the rules, what should be the rules, how to follow them in a very congenial and in a very fun way is very important. So keeping that in mind, this has been prepared. Second unit is My Beautiful World, in which we talked about one thing at a time, again a poem, then the old stag and braille. So this is the second unit. Inclusiveness also has been covered. Then third, old stag has been taken from the Panchatantra, covering the IQ's portion. And then third unit is Fun with Games, which talks about fit body, fit mind, and fit nation, a poem which addresses the importance of health, importance of having a healthy physical body and the mental health, and also talking about nationalism there. Then we have Lagori champions, which actually addresses the indigenous games which have been there in our knowledge system, and now we are again reviving those games and those activities through which the child can get more connected to the roots of their own nation, their country. Then we have Heko, and in the last unit, which is about I mean, mountains, a journey to the magical mountains. The swing poem, a very beautiful poem is there. And Maheshwar, we have talked about Maheshwar in the book, and I'm not going to talk a lot about it now because it will be a surprise for you when also you'll also explore it, because it's going to talk about not only about the place but stories related to that place. So it's going to be a very interesting journey for you all. Then we have some examples that we have tried to cover here, where scope for reflection kind of questions we have put. You can have a look on them on the screen. Very certain ponder upon questions are there for the child, not usual questions, what is in the text and then relating answer, not only that, but something on to ponder upon on reflection for the child is given there. You can also make a lot of questions and situations as per your convenience as a teacher, but they actually are there to generate child's more interest and involvement in the classroom. So it's about thinking and then answering. Then we have consonant blends, in which an exemplar is given over there. You can have a look. And in continuation of what we have been doing in the class 3, we have tried to give a little more higher over here, so the child can feel connected what he has already seen in class 3. Now, based on that, let's explore more. So then we have Maheshwar Fort. As I was saying, we'll not talk much about it. As you'll be exploring about the fort and related some stories and backgrounds of the place. So another example, circle the odd one out. So the child has to think here, what is the odd one out here, and then find out. And similarly, they can also make some exercises like that. You can also help the child doing that. Then we have also covered the values part, in which we have, for example, we have taken the theme of honesty, where we are talking about having a bond with the animals, because sensitivity and having a sense of care for the other beings is also important. So we are trying to cover that also through this, and concept of family bonding, which is very pertinent, very important. And also along with that, we have tried to link and integrate the language with other subjects, like mathematics and the environment. So you'll be having a lot of variety in our book at that point. And another example of silent letters. Now, for example, we have given an exercise where the child has to find out through these words what are the silent letters over here, and then try to explore what could be the more words out there. So it's a kind of more exploratory journey for the child. And lastly, we have Heko, a game from Nagaland. Again, as I was talking about, we are trying to cover the indigenous games and activities also, so that the child can get to know about the culture, the traditions, the games, the activities that have been there in our culture from a long, long time, and just to revive them and introduce it to the child so that they can learn, explore, and obviously games are always welcome by the child, so they will definitely love it. So it's a very interesting game. It's about I mean, two teams, where one team is the Ako, who's the tiger team, and the other team will be as army, who will be the human team. So what happens out there in this game and how they play it, it's all up to you. You are going to explore it, and you are really going to enjoy it. So this was from our side for the textbook of class 4. So another based on all the things that we have prepared, now we have a bridge course for class 5, and as you can see a PPT of the same on your screen. So basically, as such, why we are talking about bridge course? The bridge course is for class 5. We are trying to connect the child with what they have been learning and what new dimensions they'll be exploring in the coming textbook in the new class. So before they get the new textbook in hand, there could be something out there which can help the child in not only reviving what they have learned, but also exploring what new come out for the next class. So this kind of exercise will be very exciting for the children. Why? Because they'll be exploring new things and they'll be experimenting, playing with different kind of activities and games given in the bridge course. So, and when they will get the textbook, they will be able to relate what they have already learned in the book. So it will be learned in the bridge course. So it will be like a kind of a satisfaction, sense of happiness for the child, that they know what actually they are reading. So that's very important to keep the child very much in the classroom. So in the bridge course, we have tried to work on the 3 paradigm shifts that have been proposed by NEP 2020, in which we have tried to talk about the transition that has been there in the multidisciplinary and holistic education. We have tried to address on the emphasis that is very important for the critical and analytical thinking, which should actually depreciate the amount of rote learning that have been happening. The emphasis, the need is about making the child more active and more, autonomous while exploring the new dimensions of learning, and transition to a new curricular and pedagogical structure is also taken care of when we are thinking of this course. Now, in another part, this bridge course is basically divided into 2 sections. The one section is about the teachers and the other one is for the students. In the teacher sections, we have tried to give some rationale, some justification about what kind of activities we have taken and what kind of innovation or what kind of rethinking or reframing the teacher can explore with the help of these pointers or guidelines provided in the bridge course. So basically, in the teacher section, to improve the engagement, involvement, vocabulary, and pronunciation of the child in the classroom, the textbook that has a lot of stories, poems, rhymes, and games. So our bridge course actually also deals with and prepares the child for these things. Then we have communication skills will be developed through these exercise and activities that will be given over here. And learners already getting, as I told earlier, getting familiar with the concepts will be able to learn the textbook content for the class with more interestingly, more easily, and they'll be feeling a sense of satisfaction that they are able to actually learn quickly. So in the student section, very quickly, I'll mention that we have tried to give exercises like pick the relevant text, talk about the keywords, set the stage for some role playing, and read aloud, understand the model of reading, then engaging through conversations, through questions, and then some writing tasks and activities are there. So you can see on the screen, we have given some snippets of the activities that are there, in which we have fun with words. Professor Varda will be giving you a brief of those. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So in Fun with Words, we have 2 kinds of activities here that the teacher can take up. One is focusing on the initial letter. That is, the example given here is carrot, cut carrot, and Chandu cuts the carrot. So each word in each sentence begins with the letter C. But then children will also notice that C sometimes has the S sound and sometimes it has the K sound. So they will be able to write it as a fun activity, but then a lot of attention will also go to the sound produced. In the other picture, that is Fun with Words, where um, pictures are given in place of words. So the first one has been done, that Siami is an old woman. So the picture of an old woman is there. She lives in and then the picture of a hut. The child can write hut or a home or a house or a thatched hut or anything. Again, it depends on the vocabulary. That would again depend on which batch of students. So there might be who would write a thatched house, some would write only a hut. You can enhance their vocabulary. More than that, this can be a cock, it can be a rooster, it can be, some mistakenly would say hen perhaps. And then the teacher would ask them to look at the details in the picture and then find out more about the vocabulary. So Later on, children can also be asked to cut out pictures from old magazines and create a paragraph. It looks very simple, believe me, it's not. So then they'll have to create a very small paragraph and use it in pair work or group work. In the next slide, we have shared writing. So here the beginning is there. That is, the child will know how to add some details. In class 1 and 2, we had a routine. The child gets up, child gets ready, goes to school, comes back and goes to play. But this one is about a village. All children will have to imagine what kind of life it would be in a village, a small town child or a urban centric, place. They would have to imagine after they go home, there's no TV perhaps, and there is no playground perhaps. So what will the village child do? And then begin to write it. We also have a letter as text. Letter writing is introduced later in class 5, but here you can see the letter is introduced as a text. A traffic police woman is shown here, not a policeman, traffic police woman, which also gives an opportunity for teachers to think about, um, that opportunities open for girls after education. And here the traffic police woman is writing about to the children how to be safe on busy roads, how to use the zebra crossing and ensure that they watch signals. The signals part is also shown in this lesson on road safety. And this would be a very good opportunity for speaking skill if the teacher handles it in a interactive way. And also what is safe and unsafe, they have to put a tick mark. Mathematics and EVS is also a part of this textbook. As you can see, rearranging matchsticks. Now matchsticks or tiny sticks are found everywhere all over the nation. The equation is something that they have to work on. 9 minus 2 is equal to 8, but in a very fun way, they have to make and change it. One example has been given. They can create many more such examples. But it's not just mathematics. We are teaching language. Lift the stick, move the stick, remove the stick. Now there's a big difference, move the stick and remove the stick. So encourage children to give instructions to each other using the correct verb and the noun. Spot the differences. Again, children will enjoy it. Looking at the two very, very similar pictures, they have to point out 8 details which are, changed in the second picture. And then they have to write sentences. There is a balloon, there is no balloon, or some such thing, and point out the differences, not just excitedly telling each other, but actually writing it out. And of course, multilingualism, a feature of the Indian linguistic landscape. We have about Chandrayaan, which children have already seen in class 3. Of course, the class 5 children have not seen the present class 3, but they have information about Chandrayaan and they can easily write a paragraph on it. Consonant blends again continued from class 5. 4, we have 3 here, SPL, splur, so splash, splendid, and like that. And moving on, making them able to write independently. So here, no help box, no hints. They have to write a short factual passage, gathering information about the tiger. But yes, also the teacher can use it to inculcate values of empathy and compassion to all living creatures. So this is it from our end at NCERT for the bridge course.
Thank you, Professor Vardhan Khalsa Madam and Dr. Meenakshi for a wonderful session wherein you have talked about L1, L2, and R1 and R2. Mainly, these are the queries also. Some of the participants have requested that kindly do it. So I request the participants, those who could not understand the concept or miss the deliberation while you are attending online, because it is the whole program is available on the YouTube channel. Kindly go back and just watch again because we are short of time. So this is a request from us. So now this is a question time. We have 4 minutes left. There are many questions. The first of all, a lot of appreciation also again, madam, for especially for the textbooks as well as bridge course. So I'll take up that one appreciation from AECSS2. Somebody has not written the name, but they have from Kalapakkam. They have written that English bridge course is a book of fun and learning, and I hope that children will love it.
Good.
And another thing is one person, he has also appreciated the English textbook, and he want to know that what is the reason to name it as Santur, because he likes it. I mean, he considers it as a very beautiful name. So, is there any reason behind it? This is a question.
Meenakshi.
Okay, as we talked very quickly in the beginning, that the intent was when we were looking at the policy and the recommendations given there and have a look at the NCF, the concept of involving the child and introducing the child with the knowledge systems that we had in the knowledge system. So during that deliberation, there were a lot of thinking, and basically this came Santur, these musical instrument, not only in English book, in other books also you can have a look. In sixth class books also we have tried to use musical ragas and instruments so that the child will be able to know, because the child is new in this era and he's not able to understand what is there in our culture at the previous time. So Santur is basically a musical instrument which actually gives harmony and unity, a kind of a peaceful atmosphere to the child. So keeping that in mind, we have framed activities which actually builds the harmony and peace and patience in the child when they are exploring and learning language skills here. So this was the short version of what we are trying to do.
Thank you so much, but I request to be more precise because we want to take as many questions as we can. So another question is book start कब करनी है? That is a general question. Books कब start करनी है?
Oh, correct.
Which session?
Books will be out there. Will be out
This
there.
session.
So we have given you a introductory bridge course through which you can learn and explore a lot and get prepared for the dynamic book coming for you.
So accordingly, then there is another question is when the hard copy of the all books will be available?
Shortly.
Very shortly. And they have also asked, meanwhile, आप लोग जो books को publish करा रहे हैं, meanwhile, are these books soft copies available on the website? If yes, where? Okay, so very soon all the books as well as bridge courses will be available.
Bridge course is
Bridge
already
course is
there on the
already
website.
uploaded on Diksha portal also, I guess so.
It's
Okay.
on the website. You can explore from there.
Okay, so it's on the website. All the bridge courses are already available on the websites, and textbooks will be available very soon in the soft version. So another question is that when will EVS textbooks and bridge course be available? Because we are talking about languages most of the time and mathematics. So when these EVS textbooks, Ranjana ma'am, I think this question is for you. When these EVS textbooks will be available? Okay, so EVS textbooks will not be there. The world around us will be available soon. When, ma'am? When? They want to ask when. Very soon. Okay. Another question is from Kishore Pardesi ji. Uh, he has suggested that chapters don't include the Hindi and English both on the availability and use of mobile for children. Why children should not use the mobile? This kind of intervention is not at all given in the textbooks as well as bridge course of in Hindi as well as in English. Okay, it will be addressed in teacher handbook. Some of them have also asked, ma'am, like, do we have any grammar book or any answer key available based on the textbooks?
Answer key to what? I mean,
there may be some questions, maybe related to the mathematics.
there is no workbook, there is no grammar book. I think that the teachers are, sufficiently capable to create questions and to.
So is there
So there's no answer key. No.
So Nivedita K. Ji from International School from Riyadh has a question. Is there any teacher guide with answers that come along with the textbook for this new edition? This is the actually precise question.
There's no answer key. I mean, it's not a puzzle book, it's a textbook. So they'll have to read it and interpret it and teach it. Yeah.
Okay, then
Can I add something to it? Moreover, as we have been discussing from all the sessions, that it is a deliberation through which we want to make the child an autonomous learner. So for that purpose, we actually are just facilitating the child. We are not doing anything else.
Huh.
So let the child explore and use all the dimensions for learning. So if the child is doing all the jobs, so teacher doesn't need any answer book. It is just purely interaction, exploration, and then finding out the new ways of language learning.
so one question is from Pramendra Singh ji from Dr. Rijvi Learning Academy, Jaunpur. Is third language implementation in class 9th is can be done from the coming session? That would be
Next.
done later on. So I think most of the questions we have already taken. Thank you so much for your patience and asking a lot of interesting questions. And I also give a thanks to Professor Vardhanikalji Madam and Dr. Meenakshi. And now I request our experts for next session, that is on mathematics. Professor Anup Rajput sir. Sir, please come. So I welcome you all again for in the third session in the series. And now we have with us Professor Anup Kumar Rajput sir. He has an expert in the mathematics education as well as information communication technology experts, and he has a vast experience in this area. He has been the head of the Department of Elementary Education as well as the publication division head of the head in NCERT. So, sir, now without taking much time, this house is with you, and this session is going to, sir is going to talk about the mathematics textbooks for class 4 and bridge course for class 5. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ritu, and I welcome you all for this mathematics session. As I have seen in last few sessions on different subjects, teachers who are not interested in some subject, they are leaving, and some new teachers are joining. So that's up to you. But anyways, we will be talking to you in this session about mathematics textbooks, and one of my request is that kindly concentrate on the content, and you please write down your questions, send your comments, suggestions on the chat about this. Your general queries, if there are, say for example, when the books will come, for which class the new books will come, how the books will be made available, how you can procure these books. These all questions will be answered, but maybe there will be a specific session for this. Tomorrow when there will be validatory session, then all your such queries will be answered. We are keeping a record of this. We are writing. Even if you will not ask, then we'll be answering your such questions which are general in nature. But in these sessions, we expect you to ask your queries related to the specific subjects, that is mathematics, for which I am going to talk to you. So friends, as is clear, this textbook is named as Maths Mela, and grade 3 also. And why we call it as Mela? Because there are a lot of things which we are doing around fairs, which are essential part of all our culture in almost all small villages, small towns, big villages, big towns, big cities. You find that melas are there, and there are a lot of things which normally we include in our day-to-day teaching learning process, which includes say numbers, shapes around them, then applications of numbers and so on. So that's why these books have been named as Maths Mela, and continuing the process, the grade 4 book has been also named as Maths Mela for grade 4. This structure obviously is there are few themes in which these books have been divided, and these themes have been selected on the basis of the National Education Policy and the National Curriculum Framework for School Education. The pedagogical processes which have been given there, those have also been considered while we wrote these books, and these books are ready and are under printing, and in very few days you will be finding these books are available in market and will also be available on the NCERT website. Grade 5 book obviously is under preparation and will be coming up maybe sometime in the end of May or June, and you will be by that time you will be having bridge course. I will be giving you some brief idea about what this bridge course is, mathematics is, how it is to be used in our classrooms. So there are these 5 themes around which the whole book of grade 4 has been written, and these are numbers and number operations, and shapes and spatial understanding and thinking, which includes angles and symmetry also, and then measurement. A very big chunk of our curriculum is devoted to this, and then understanding fractions, and lastly the data handling. So these all themes are divided into various chapters, and these chapters are spirally arranged in the book. Spiral in the sense that we do not appreciate it that for first few months only complete numbers to be taught, and after rest of the year no numbers is being dealt in the text in the classroom. But we want that when a number chapter is being taught in first month, after few months another chapter is taught, after few months another chapter is taught on number and number operations, and so on, because then there will be visit and revisit of same topic again and again for the child, and children normally understand and build up their own learning around this, and so there is nothing that they are going to forget, because when we are going to revisit all the themes in different context while they are in the chapters, then obviously children have better opportunities, and you also have better opportunity to teach them. So that's why the spiral arrangement of chapters has been made on different themes. And the chapters are also arranged from known to unknown. So means if something is required in order to understand a particular theme, that is taught earlier, and the next topic which is to be taught is for the other chapters. Say for example, in order to teach addition and subtraction, we need a good understanding of numbers. So numbers chapter has been taken earlier. In order to have measurement, we have to have good understanding of the operations on numbers. So operations on numbers have been taken earlier, and then measurement has been taken. So this is the arrangement. Similarly for the shapes around us, and in an interesting way these have been taken. Then fractions is considered to be a separate unit which is dealt in the textbooks. Then is the key aspects of this textbook obviously are they facilitate understanding of learning and mathematical understanding through different activities, through manipulation of various objects which are given to the children, so that children have hands-on learning. And this is the stage where children normally switch over from, they start switching over to abstract learning right from concrete learning. Up till now, children were kinesthetic learners, but now because mathematics is abstract in nature, so obviously they're shifting from concrete material, they're thinking from concrete material to abstract learning on different aspects of mathematics is dealt here with. So therefore, something is done with concrete material and some ideas through abstract learning have been given, so that children have a lot of thinking around that, lot of discussions around them, and a lot of such things have been addressed in the textbooks through activities, through maps, through posters, and so on. Say, for example, on the page, which slide which I am showing you, there are a lot of things which are made up of with sticks, with the straws, with the sticks, matchsticks, and so on. So children should be able to develop their own such shapes and to understand how many such matchsticks are required, how many sides are there, what is an angle, how an angle is named, and so on. Some of you other are given in the form of, say, children have been given opportunity to perform tasks, to record their observations, whatever they are seeing. More opportunities have been given to exploration and observation instead of simply mugging up the material and then reproducing. Nowhere in the books we have given definitions, because we understand that at this level children should develop their own definitions, their own hypotheses with the help of teacher. So as a teacher, you should help children. We have not given any inferences anywhere, but we want that children should come up with their own inferences, with their own hypotheses, test them, in the sense that they should apply them, and then if they are finding that my hypothesis is not correct, they should modify it. If they are finding it is correct, they should apply it, and so on. Say, for example, if a child of grade 3 now coming in grade 5, grade 4 says that when we multiply two numbers, the product is always greater than both the numbers. But they may have made this conjecture, and the conjecturization is very, very important activity and skill in learning of mathematics. So, but after some time, children may come up that when we multiply a number by 1, we can get a number equal to the given number. So it is not always greater, but it may be equal also. So they will modify with this example where it is not true, they'll modify their hypothesis. Then again, sometime they find that it is coming up, if we are multiplying number by 0, the answer is coming 0, which is lesser than some other number. So it may also be not always greater or equal, but maybe lesser. And when they are coming up with negative numbers, they probably may, one of the number is negative, another is positive, they obviously will come out that the product is lesser than both the numbers. So this is the situation where children make conjectures and then they verify their conjectures. If conjecture is not found to be okay, they reject the conjecture, they make another hypothesis, and so on. So we should, as teacher, we should allow and we should provide opportunities to our learners through the activities which are given in the textbook, so that they should be able to develop their own conjectures and their own hypotheses, verifying those hypotheses, discussing with their peer, discussing with teacher, with their elder siblings, and then coming up with their own understanding, rejecting that, accepting that, making a new conjecture, and so on. This is the way mathematics is being learned, and that has been taken care while we developed these books. And another very important aspect of teaching learning has been taken up, wherein we are talking more about the conceptual understanding instead of only directly talking about the rules and formulae. No doubt, all rules which are there in mathematics and formulae, they have their own value. But children should understand how these have been developed, why this rule works. I know majority of teachers will not be having answer to this question. If you are teaching at 6, 7, 8 stage, and when you take square root of number, you make pairs from right to left. Why do you make pairs? We don't know. We are doing it since long. You probably will also be doing, and many of you may not be having answer to this, why you are doing. Similarly, there are many. We are adding numbers as first ones, then tens, then hundreds, then thousands. We are subtracting once again ones, then tens, then hundreds, then thousands. In this order, we subtract. We even multiply in the same order, but we divide in the reverse order. Why? So the important aspect is no doubt applying a given procedure, but how this procedure have been built up. The children should be provided this opportunity of how these procedures have been built up. So our presentation of text in the textbook is made in such a way so that teachers should be or children should be comfortable in having the conceptual understanding and answering why, thinking about why. There may not be any answer given in the book. There, I was listening to some of the questions which you answered, that whether we are going to provide answers and the solution book to the children. My request to you is, please do not promote this. See, as was mentioned there, also in mathematics, it is more important that we want children should be capable of finding out his or her answer. You as a teacher has to find out. Sometime answer may be given that may be wrong, but for a child it may be correct. Now you have to intervene how this answer is not correct. Some, they say, for example, if the number is 639 or otherwise 618, 618 divided by 3, and child write 3 2 are 6, 1 has been taken down, 8 3 3 6 are 18. So answer child writes as 26, dividing 618 by 3. Answer is not correct. But what will you do as a teacher? If answer is given, only a tick mark or a cross mark will be given. It will be provided to the child. That is not correct. But why it is not correct? Estimation is more important. Children should come up that these are around 600 items. When these are equally divided or distributed among 3 children, everybody will get around 200. So my answer as 26 is not correct. Child should decide answer is correct or not. There are many questions which are having multi answers. There may be open-ended questions which there may not be a fixed answer to that question. In most of the cases, we want the children should be given such questions whose answers are contextual. Say, while they are adding numbers, you can say, okay, you go to your house and you ask how many rupees your father is having in his wallet, how many rupees mother is having, how many total rupees were there. So every child may have a different question, similarly a different answer. Only thing is, you please ask children to write it down and to explain how they reach to that answer. That is more important rather than asking for a fixed answer which is given. So that's why answers have not been given in the book, deliberately have not been given in the book, and questions are not very difficult. These answers can be developed by the teachers. There are some other better active part of this book, and that is number one, group and pair activities are given. So the children have opportunity of learning from each other, not only from teacher or the textbook, but learning from each other also. If they have something good, so one child is explaining, other children are listening, or these all children are discussing something, they are making their own hypothesis and they are telling, I think this may be done like this, that may not be correct, but other child may say, no, I think this is not correct because this is the reason. And so also they among themselves only are discussing. So there is no question of demoralization of a child. When they are discussing among themselves, then all children are having equal opportunity of talking, equal opportunities of giving their own answers and so on. Then it is supposed that meaningful practice should be given. Meaningful practice in the sense that we do not want that repeated practice is there. When, say, if I am saying there are 15 apples in a basket and there are 35 such baskets, how many total apples are there? Now, in say only changing 15 and 35 and apples to banana and something different is not going to make any difference. But how the problem of this multiplication is presented in a different way, in a different context, that is important. And that will also solve one of your problems. That is a basic problem which normally all teachers pose, that children are having problem in solving word problems. They are able to find out what is 35 multiplied by 15. But if I am given the problem like this, say if there is one basket which is having 15 apples, how many 35 such baskets, how many total apples such baskets, 35 such baskets will have. So this question is of multiplication, but I don't know how many of children will do. But if you start with this, obviously children will not be having any problem in combining these and trying to find out what type of operation is to be conducted there. Then inclusion of children from different abilities. Some children may not be equally capable of doing all things. They may be physically capable, they may be mentally not capable. There may be some problems with those children, but many activities have been given where all such children are included. And children, as I mentioned, children have been given opportunity of talking to each other in groups so that they should be able to help each other. So helping those children who are not at that level at which they should be. Some children may be at a slightly higher level and so on. And then in order to keep the Indian culture in mind, we have given all such traditional snacks, some traditional material. As one example is given in time chapter where Hindu and Sikh calendar is being given. We somewhere try to give how Eid is being celebrated and how that day is being fixed, that on this day Eid is to be celebrated. There is a different calendar for that. So these all have been discussed at appropriate places and given enough space for our Indian culture and Indian ethos, and moreover the diversity which we have, that has been addressed. We have also taken into consideration the gender biasness which normally is found in our own system. So we have tried to remove that, wherein at most of the places the girl children are presented, girl children are given, are shown at a better position where they are guiding other children in the classroom. This normally is a very common scenario where child is taking lead in helping other children. So that those scenarios certainly are very, very important, and those have been given in the textbook. Then there are some thought-provoking questions which have been provided, and as I mentioned, these questions may not be having a fixed answer. There may be many answers to a given question, but as a teacher you have to find out whether the answers are correct or not. So this is something about grade 4 textbook. Now I'll be giving you in 2-3 minutes about grade 5 bridging. This, as has been mentioned, because the children who are coming to grade 5, they studied grade 4 with the old syllabus. So there are some things which children either may not have studied or may have studied earlier, but in grade 5 a revision will be of that content, revision will be there. So in order to bridge that gap, if there are certain gaps, the major gap is in pedagogy also, where the presentation of content, as I mentioned earlier, we were talking about content length and breadth. Means the content was expanded and lot of content we were teaching right from grade 1 to grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. But now the content is reduced, but its depth is increased. In general, the conceptual understanding we want to build up, because we understand that if child is having a good conceptual understanding at the later stage, maybe when child will be reaching to middle classes, then obviously there will be a lot of facility to the child if child is comfortable in all the stuff which he or she has learned in the earlier classes in depth, so that the conceptual understanding will be there and they will be able to find out. One of such examples, if they understand the multiplication and they have not crammed the multiplication table, even then if I ask you what is 29 nines are, 29 nines are, so obviously 29 nines are, if you have to find out by multiplication, multiply 9 by 9, then 9 by 2, then adding something, a lot of other things we have to do. But a very simple answer, if child has understood what multiplication is, it is one line less than 39s are. 29 nines are is one line less than 39. 39s are. So 39s are 270, one line less is 270, 263, that is 261, sorry, that is the answer. So children should be comfortable in such if they are having very good conceptual understanding. Many such things have been taken up in this bridge course, where we have somewhere tried to build in the understanding of numbers and operations on the using Dean's blocks. But these Dean's blocks are new to the students. Already they have not studied. When they were in class 3 with the old books, they have not studied. In class 4, they are with the old books, they have not studied with that. But in class 5, they will be having this. So we have given in bridge course a detailed idea, and the teacher section has been given about what Dean's blocks are, how these are to be used, and some examples are also given so that teacher can use in the classroom and prepare their children while they will be learning. When books will be out in the market for grade 5, then when they will be learning about numbers, number operations, so they will be comfortable in using these blocks, in having numbers understanding up to 3 digits and so on. Then measurement. We have started in grade 5. Normally, we understand that measurement of angle is being done only with degrees, but we have not touched degree up till grade 5 even. So do not rush up, please. This detailed idea has been given in the bridge course, that how the idea of right angles, acute angle, obtuse angle, which we gave in grade 4, is continued in grade 5. How angles are measured, minute angle between a right angle and acute angle, how these are being assessed, measured, these all have been given. Similarly, for measurement, we need, say, if something is between 1 meter and 2 meters, how it can be measured in centimeters, how it can be measured in millimeters. So this all has been given, and there are some puzzles and games are given for children to engage them creatively. And you should give these puzzles to the children, let them think. Do not rush up in giving the answers to the question. Let them think about the questions and find out their answers. So this is something about grade 5. If you have any questions, you can ask. Thank you very much for listening to me carefully.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful session. And sorry for disturbing you again, because I have to control this session also. Management is very important. And I'm sure there would be many queries and many things that you really wanted to share with them. And we will be able to, I think, share the PowerPoint presentation as well as take up your questions offline. So, sir, first of all, I would like to inform you that many of the teachers have appreciated and they are very happy with your textbook as well as bridge course. I will mention one person, Anoksha Dasji, and she's mentioned that she loved the mathematics bridge course.
Wow.
And Vicky ji has mentioned that this bridge course as well as textbook gives a lot of freedom to the teachers. And AECS 6 Mumbai, they have mentioned that because you are all the time you are talking about that textbooks as well as bridge course are basically meant to develop the concepts among the children. So they have mentioned that children are coming up with their own definitions based on their understanding of concept is a very innovative method of learning. So these are the kind of appreciations that you have received during your session. Now there are some questions as well as suggestions also that I'll take up one by one. Shraddha ji has asked that class 4 bridge course is not available on the site. When it will be available?
Class 4 bridge course had not been developed because bridge course has been developed for only those children who studied the previous class with the old syllabus, and in the next class they are going to get a new book. So there certainly will be gap in the previous syllabus and the new syllabus, previous course and the new course. So bridge course have been developed only for that. Grade 4 children who already studied grade 3 new book are coming to grade 4 book. So their bridging has already been done in grade 3. So that's why this grade 4 level bridge course have not been developed.
I want to quote Mr. Arun Verma ji, who has multiple times he has pasted his question कि उनको लगे कि ये question मेरा जरूर ले लिया जाए. So I have taken that question, Arun ji, and along with Arun ji, there are many teachers who have the similar questions like Mini ji, Ritu Tiwari ji, and Naren ji. There are many teachers who have the similar question. Question is that maths textbook for the class 5 has more text than the numbers, and students are asking where are numbers? It's like theory book.
Numbers are in the life. Numbers are, shapes are in my life, in my context. So lot of effort have been made in order to give a conceptual understanding to children. Why do you understand that giving large number of questions on numbers only, on shapes only will be a good book of mathematics? Mathematics is not solving certain problems given in the textbook. Mathematics is a way of thinking, and that can be developed as National Curriculum Framework and NEP has mentioned, very clearly has mentioned that the focus of learning mathematics is now shifting. We want more computationally thinking persons. We want more mathematically thinking persons rather than doing the repeated tasks. So kindly, please, I request you, do not consider, ask children to read these books, apply these books in your classrooms, try to conduct these activities in your classroom. This will be much more helpful in order to make mathematics more interesting, because children will not be having any fear of not solving a given problem in the end of the book. They certainly will be able to develop their own problems and the solutions to the problems.
Thank you so much, sir. There is another question from Miss Asya ji. Sir, the question is that what kind of notebooks can we use for mathematics, normal or record book?
That's very good. I don't know what a record book is called, but there should be the mathematics test notebook of for up to grade 5 should have some ruled sheets, single line, some blank sheets, no lines, some dot grid sheets, dot grid where dots are being given. There are two types of dot grids. One are square dot grids, another isometric dot grids. And we have mentioned in our textbook many activities are to be conducted. In the end of the textbook also you will be finding such material is given. Now we have given some sheets of such form. So you can have many such sheets in the textbooks. And lastly, there should be square grids. Say for example, you want to talk about area or perimeter of a rectangle. So if it is drawn on a square grid, then obviously children will be able to count the number of squares inside that shape, will be able to count number of squares along the boundary or border, so that they will be able to find out the perimeter. So a mathematics textbook ideally should be a ruled sheet, a box sheet, and blank sheets, dot grids, isometric dot grids, and scale dot grids. If your school can provide, this will be much more helpful to a child. You will be giving enough opportunity to a child to conduct, to do activities, to explore, to write down, to draw, and to make out their inferences.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I request you, do we have any YouTube program that we have given regarding this particular question? Do we have any recorded video program available?
No, we will be making. There are many such programs, but not particularly on the material which I am telling you. But this is very clear. You in all the books, in even grade 4 books, if you see, rather grade 3 book also you can see. In the end of the book, there are few sheets, particularly devoted number one for the nets of different solids. How cube, net of prism, net of this and that. Then there are number cards given in the end of the book, which you can cut out. Every child can cut out and paste on a hardboard and can cut, and they can have their own mathematics kit. Similarly, there are dot grids provided. Dot grids, both square grid as well as isometric grids. In isometric grid, you can draw a equilateral triangle. Directly, which child can see that all sides are equal. But in a square grid, you can scale dot grid, you cannot draw. Then square grids, squares are made that a square, you can say square book, square notebook. In that, obviously, children can draw squares, rectangles, triangles, then parallelograms and other shapes, and then can make out, say, when they have to find out that which is occupying more space, they can count down the number of squares inside that. So these books are given, but these all are may not be sufficient enough. I request all of you to please either provide those notebooks to the children or let children develop their own such material.
Thank you so much, sir, once again. As you might have heard that very soon one session on YouTube channel will be done on the same concern. That seems to be very, very important. Thank you for asking this question. So another suggestion for you is from Learning with Neelam. The suggestion is that they have requested for activities, questions, and practice worksheets in textbooks. So ये होना चाहिए, or is there any reason that you have not given the same?
No, a lot of practice has been given, but we are totally against about the repetitive practice. There must be revision of all the conduct, but in different context. When a lot of questions on addition of numbers, lot of questions on multiplication and division of numbers, lot of questions on shapes, have been given, but in different contexts, so that children have, in all the questions, children have to think. Children have to think separately and then to provide answers. So we do not want repetitive practice. However, this has been given appropriately as and when required. So you will find these are given, and we are not in favor of giving any additional worksheets. You can develop your own. Why a child can write down questions and can give to other child? One child can write, other can solve, and so on. Why don't you make groups of your uh, divide your classroom into two groups? One group will frame a question, another group will answer the question. Then obviously you will find large number of good questions will also be developed by the children themselves, and they may be coming up with their own solutions of the questions. So in my opinion, separate worksheets are not required, but our books are prepared as text come workbooks. It is very clear. Text come work, we are providing lot of space to our children to do whatever is required in the book itself. Some space is provided where if you want a solution is to be given. So some blank space is given there. If I want that children should draw something, some blank space is given in the book itself. Matching, then filling the blanks, then writing answer somewhere, a box is being given. Then child can write the answer in the book itself. So that child can use that book as the workbook as well as the textbook.
I'll ask this question, but आप पढ़ लीजिए तब तक.
Sir, thank you so much. Sir, there is another question from Shelja Rawat ji, Bal Bhavan from Bal Bhavan Public School, Delhi, and the question is a little bit longer. Is that if we are covering construction under the topic of angles, similarly, what is covered under calendar? Do we have calculation of duration and elapsed day?
Yes, we have considered both. Time is considered to be measured in two different forms, at the instant and as an interval. Instant means what is the time now? I have to measure this, and how much time has elapsed between two activities. One started at this time, ended at this time. How much time elapsed? The both activities have been taken. We considered up to class 3, we took it up to hours. In class 4, we took it up to minutes, and now in class 5, we are taking it up to seconds also. So, and in days even. In class 3, we talked about in days, in weeks. Then in class 4, we talked about weeks and years also. In class 5, that we are taking in a bit different way, along with the numbers chapters. Now, chapters on number operations, we are taking many such activities. But your question is valid. Taking time as instant as well as interval has been considered.
Thank you so much, sir. Another question is from Deepshikha ji. It's again a long question. Chapters have many concepts embedded in each of them. Do we teach each concept in detail one by one, or should we teach according to lesson numbers in textbooks? Won't the child be confused which topic is being taught at the moment?
I understand this question is from the earlier version of our textbooks, which we developed in the year 2005 after National Curriculum Framework 2005. There were certainly these integrated books were prepared, and I found these were very good because those were thematic books. A theme was taken, and in that theme, many topics were dealt. But this time, this has not been done. Rest assured, you will be having in one chapter, one theme, one topic is only considered, is taken. But no doubt, in child's life, in my own life, everything is not in isolation. Whatever we are getting, that is when I'm talking about numbers, I'm not forgetting about shapes. When I'm talking about shape, I'm not forgetting about area. So everything is integrated. So that much integration is there. But as teacher, your problem has been considered, and this time books have been written on specific topics, and these specific themes have been taken up in the textbooks and not in much of the integrated manner. But obviously, yes, context have been built up. Say, for example, a context of fair, Surajkund Fair in Delhi, that national crafts fair which happens every year. Surajkund is a place in Haryana near Delhi. So that has been mentioned, and how children are moving there. Then, but the theme is talking about the symmetry, talking about different shapes, and so on. And whatever topic have been dealt, those are considered in that chapter. So that much integration has been done, but not much. Don't afraid of these books. These certainly will give you some ideas. What is the purpose of this chapter? That is very clearly mentioned either in the teacher's note. Many places we have given teacher's note where we have tried to explain what is the objective of this activity, what is the objective of this chapter, what other things you can consider while you are teaching this chapter.
Thank you so much, sir. There are two more questions. One is from Bhagyashri ji, APPS Pune. Do we have workbooks for all subject for all classes?
Our textbooks are text cum workbooks. So therefore, no separate workbooks have been prepared. I know about mathematics, but something because I was heading publication division for many years. So I know in other subjects also we do not have workbooks, and we do not even feel need of. If you feel you can develop your own workbooks, let children develop their own workbooks. Instead of workbooks, I think I'll suggest you to develop your own worksheets. Somewhere in some topic worksheet may be required, somewhere some worksheet may not be required. You write in your worksheet. If you are having enough funds, you can get it xeroxed and supply to all the children to solve it or to work on that. Or otherwise, if it is not, let children copy it on their notebook and then solve it. So their notebook may be considered as a worksheet.
Another question is that, sir, जब तक grade 4 की टेक्स्ट बुक्स नहीं आती तब तक क्या पढ़ाएं?
आप तो वो पढ़ाएं जो आपका मन करता है, बच्चे को अच्छा लगता है. बेटर है ग्रेड 3 की ब्रीजिंग करा दें. ग्रेड 3 के जो गैप्स हैं, अभी भी आपको लगता है ग्रेड 4 के लिए बच्चा पूरी तरह से तैयार शायद नहीं है, तो आप ग्रेड 3 की चीजों को कुछ को रिपीट कर लीजिए. वैसे बहुत ज्यादा दिन नहीं लगेंगे. लेट मी अश्योर यू कि इन अ वीक मोस्ट प्रोबेबली, मतलब मोस्टली मुझे लगता है कि 7-8 दिन के बाद आप जब 14 अप्रैल से पहले पहले मार्केट में बुक्स होंगी, पक्का होंगी. सो बहुत ज्यादा लंबा टाइम नहीं है, पर तब तक अच्छी सी पजल्स करवाइए. हमने ग्रेड 3 की बुक में बहुत सारी पजल्स दी हैं, वो पजल्स बच्चे को कराइए. बच्चे को मजा भी आएगा और मैथमेटिक्स एक बोरिंग सब्जेक्ट ना लग के एक बड़ा रिक्रिएशनल सब्जेक्ट भी लगेगा, जो हम ना लेटर स्टेज में आके एंजॉय करते हैं. सुडोको सारी अखबारों में आता है. क्यों आता है भाई? क्योंकि सबको मजा आता है ना करने में, इसलिए तो है. तो वो हमने कभी क्लासरूम में उस मैथमेटिक्स तो किया नहीं, क्योंकि वो बोर्डम लगता था. हम अब उसको एंजॉय करते हैं, तो बच्चों को भी वो एंजॉयमेंट लेने देते हैं ना. सो मुझे लगता है बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. ग्रेड 3 के गैप्स आइडेंटिफाई करिए, जो बच्चों को शायद अभी समझ नहीं आया होगा. ग्रेड 4 के नेसेसरी है, वो करवा लीजिए. आप देखिए, ये आप बिल्कुल रेस्ट एश्योर कि इतना बड़ा सिलेबस नहीं है कि बुक लेट आने के बाद भी आपको बहुत भागना पड़ेगा सिलेबस को कवर करने के लिए. सिलेबस थोड़ा ही है, नंबर ऑफ चैप्टर्स भी थोड़े ही हैं, चैप्टर्स बहुत डिटेल में डिस्कस किए गए हैं. तो मुझे लगता है आप उसको आराम से करवाइए. आपके पास बहुत टाइम होगा, बच्चे को आनंद लेने दीजिए, मजे मजे के साथ अपने गणित के पीरियड में उसको वो चीजें करवाइए जहां उसको गैप नजर, आपको गैप नजर आते हैं, वो ताकि ग्रेड 4 के लिए प्रॉपरली तैयार हो जाए. और पजल्स और गेम्स तो समय हमेशा की जाने वाली चीज होती है. और एक और जो है कि ग्रेड 3 की बुक्स का रिकैप्चुलेशन, ऑफ कोर्स यस, वो तो मैंने बताया ही है कि आपको वो हमेशा ही करना चाहिए. हम ये करते भी हैं. हर चैप्टर जो ग्रेड 4 का लिखा गया है, उसमें जो भी टॉपिक आ रहा है, ग्रेड 3 का रिवीजन उसमें जरूर किया गया है. हम ग्रेड 3 के कुछ टास्क उसमें शुरू में डालते हैं, ताकि हम बच्चे को दोबारा प्रिपेयर कर सकें. बच्चे ने शायद वो 4 महीने पहले, 6 महीने पहले पढ़ा होगा, 3 महीने पहले पढ़ा होगा, अब शायद हो सकता है उसके माइंड से थोड़ा सा थोड़ा बाहर हो गया हो, तो हम उसको रिविजिट जरूर करवाते हैं. तो हर चैप्टर में ये होता है. यू काइंडली take that, and if it is not they given in the book, then you are having enough opportunities wherein you can repeat all those things which are given in grade 3. But do not ask them to do all the questions of grade 3 book. Only those topics you pick up which you find that children may not be able to understand, and you need more time to be given. And in that, cooperative learning will help you, because there will be many children in grade 4 who are very good, who have very nicely picked up the content and the concepts of grade 3. So आप ऐसे ग्रुप्स बना दिए wherein children are sitting, heterogeneous groups हैं, mixed ability के बच्चे बैठे हुए हैं और एक बच्चा दूसरे की हेल्प कर रहा है. So आपका बोझ भी थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा. कोऑपरेटिव लर्निंग कराएंगे, ग्रुप में कराएंगे, तो ज्यादा इजी हो जाएगा आपके लिए.
Thank you so much, sir. Though it was a last question, but multiple questions are coming continuously. But I find two more interesting questions which are interrelated. I'll ask that. Sir, it's from Sri Devi Baijuji. Good evening, sir. Bridge course is quite interesting. We want to know if this bridge course has to be evaluated according to PT1.
This is up to you. If you have not taught any other book and you have taught this bridge course, no doubt, in the bridge course, if you have seen it carefully, we have provided you a lot of assessment tasks. Whenever an activity is given, either at the end of the week, because this is given for 6 weeks, every week some activities have been given there. So in the end of the week, in the last day of the week, or for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, you can do assessment of those topics. You can do a consolidated assessment maybe after a month or so, as per your own school calendar, as per your own requirement. You can do assessment of this bridge course also, whatever has been taught. That will be assessed, not what is going to be assessed to be taught. So teaching to test should not be there, but testing whatever has been done, whatever has been taught, is certainly a good way of assessing.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the last question is from V Ramaya Vlogs, because that's again a very significant seems to be. How to frame the question papers in objective or subjective?
Both type of questions should be there. Objective has a problem wherein the answers can be given by guessing, and we do not know how the child has thought of that answer. But when subjective questions are there, then obviously lot of opportunities are there where you can see why a child has committed a mistake, where the learning gaps are, where the conceptual understanding has not been built up appropriately. Number one. Number two, you should be able to find out how children are thinking. If you are giving only such questions which have only two answers, either right or wrong, then obviously you are not going to get any good understanding of children learning. Only one thing which you can do, that is about children's, give them questions whose answers are many, and questions whose answer you give wrong, and then ask whether this is right or wrong. If it is wrong, then why? This is more important to ask, why a question answer is wrong.
Thank you so much, sir. Once again, ये वाले session में we have taken the most of the questions, and because the questions are keep coming, and I think this session was also very interesting. Mathematics सबको interesting लगे ना लगे, ये session बहुत interesting था. Thank you so much, sir, for your presence. And now I request Professor so welcome once again in the fourth session in the series. You can see that today we have with us Professor Muhammad Farooq Ansari, sir. He is a professor as well as head of the Department of Educational Languages. He is expert in Urdu, and sir has a vast experience in translating the books as well as novels in Urdu language, as well as writing the interesting books. Some I will name is that Rate and Halala are the very interesting novels that he has translated. I again request you, because it's around 6 o'clock and you might want to leave, but I request all of you to please be with us at least for 30 minutes, because now you are going through this session, you are going to see the beautiful and interesting face of Urdu language through different stories, activities. So stay with us. And now, sir, I request you to please proceed with your session.
थैंक यू सभी को मेरा आदाब। हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं कि जो नई किताबें जो तैयार की हैं उसमें क्या है, किस तरह से सूरत हाल है। ये जो चौथी क्लास की किताब जो अभी तैयार हुई है, सितार जिसका नाम है, ये कौमी तालीमी पॉलिसी के जो तस्वुराती खाका है उसके पस मंज़र में तैयार हुई है, जिसके ज़रिए अक़दार है, रुझानात हैं, इस्तादाद है और इल्म व हुनर को फ़रोग़ देने की कोशिश है। तो इसकी रोशनी में एक ऐसा आमोज़िशी तजुर्बा फ़राहम करना है तलबा को जो पुरलुत्फ़ भी हो, यानी एन्जॉयफुल भी हो, साथ ही जो है इख्तिराई नौइयत का भी हो, इनोवेटिव जिसको कह सकते हैं। और वो बहुत सारे तकाज़े भी हैं जो ज़बान के पढ़ने पढ़ाने के होते हैं, वो तमाम पहलुओं को जो है वो ध्यान में रखकर इस दरसी किताब को तैयार किया गया है। साथ ही जो है सबसे अहम वो ये है कि हमारी जो हिंदुस्तानी सकाफ़त और जो रिवायात हैं, उसके साथ हम आहंग करने की जो है वो भी एक कामयाब कोशिश की गई है। तो इस तरह से ये तमाम चीज़ें जो हैं वो इसका एक हिस्सा है। उसी तरह से तदरीसियाती जो तरीक़ाकार है उसको भी उसी तरीके से देखा गया है, यानी जिसको आप कह सकते हैं कि तजुर्बाती इंकशाफ़ात जो हैं वो उस पर मबनी है ये तरीक़ाकार कि किस तरह से जो है तफ्तीशी आमोज़िश है उस पर आमादा किया जाए। साथ ही साथ जो हकीकी रूप देने की बात की गई है उस पहलू को भी जो है वो साथ में जोड़ा जाए। तो ये तमाम चीज़ें जो हैं वो इस किताब को में शामिल की गई हैं। जैसा कि आप देख रहे हैं, सितार इसका नाम है, जो एक साज़ है और साज़ एक अहम साज़ है और जिसमें ज़ाहिर है सह तार से बना है ये, यानी 3 तार जिसमें होते हैं, तो उससे ये साज़ बनता है। तो इसमें भी बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो इस साज़ से ताल्लुक़ रखती हैं। जैसे-जैसे आप किताब को पढ़ेंगे, आप देखेंगे कि इसमें वो तमाम पहलू जो हैं वो इसमें शामिल किए गए हैं, जो इस साज़ के साथ जो है मुताबिकत रखते हैं। कुल इस किताब में 14 सबक जो हैं वो शामिल किए गए हैं। 14 सबक में 5 नज़्में हैं, जैसे कि आप देख पा रहे होंगे आगे। अ, ये
वहां से चल रहा हो, आप कर दीजिए, आप कर दीजिए।
यहाँ से ओके। आप देख पा रहे होंगे कि इसमें कुल 14 असबाक इस किताब में शामिल किए गए हैं। 5 नज़्में हैं, उनमें एक हमद है इस्माइल मेरठी की, एक अख्तर शिरानी की खूबसूरत नज़्म है दरिया किनारे चांदनी, साथ में तिलोक चंद महरूम की भी एक नज़्म है बादल और तारे, ज्वाला प्रसाद बर्क की नज़्म है शाम और सीमा अकबराबादी की एक नज़्म है मेरा प्यारा वतन। तो ये 5 नज़्में हैं जो अलग-अलग पहलू, अलग-अलग गोशों को जो है वो उजागर करती हैं। हम्द के साथ-साथ वतन के हवाले से दरिया के किनारे का जो मंज़र है वो है, शाम का क्या मंज़र होता है, वो ये तमाम चीज़ें जो हैं वो इसमें शामिल की गई हैं। साथ ही 3 कहानियाँ भी इसमें शामिल हैं और तीनों कहानियाँ जो हैं, एक लोक कहानी है छिपा खज़ाना, बहुत ही दिलचस्प कहानी है। बहादुर रूपा एक कहानी है जो हिंदी कहानी का तर्जुमा है और एक बहादुर जो लड़की है उसकी एक पूरी उसके हवाले से एक कहानी इसमें शामिल की गई है। एक और कहानी है डॉक्टर ज़ाकिर हुसैन की, कहानी है उसी से ठंडा उसी से गर्म। तो ये 3 कहानियाँ हैं, साथ ही एक ड्रामा है इसमें जिसका उन्वान है ख़ानदानी शिजरा। ख़ानदान के हवाले से जो शिजरा होता है उसके किस तरह से उसको देखे, उसको ड्रामाई अंदाज में मकालमे की शक्ल में जो है पेश किया गया है, तो बहुत ही पढ़ने में मज़ा आएगा आपको। साथ ही साथ एक ख़त है जो सफ़र में जब हम जाते हैं तो वहाँ से जो हालात और जो मंज़र हम देखते हैं, जो वाक़यात देखते हैं, उसको ख़त के ज़रिए पेश किया है। गोल गुंबद की सैर एक तरह की गई है कि जब गोल गुंबद को देखने के लिए जाते हैं तो वहाँ क्या-क्या मंज़र हम देखते हैं, क्या-क्या उसकी तारीख़ है, ये तमाम चीज़ें ख़त के ज़रिए। तो ख़त क्या होता है उससे वाक़फ़ियत ज़रूरी है, तो ये इस तरह से। साथ ही कुछ मज़ामीन भी इसमें शामिल किए गए हैं। 4 मज़ामीन हैं इसमें। एक सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल के बारे में है जो शख़्सी मज़मून है। साथ ही क्रिकेट खेल के हवाले से एक मजमून है, एक फसल आप कह सकते हैं, ग़िज़ा जो है, मशरूम जो है वो उस पर एक मजमून है। साथ ही हिंदुस्तानी परिंदों के ऊपर एक मजमून है, हिंदुस्तानी परिंदे यानी जो हमारे परिंदे हैं उसके हवाले से। और एक और मजमून है जो दोस्ती के रंग। ये इस तरह से जो है वो मज़ामीन शामिल किए गए। इनके अलावा भी जो है कुछ पढ़ने के लिए यानी मुताले के लिए कुछ मज़ामीन और नज़्में शामिल की गई हैं, जिनमें एक है रविंद्र जैन के हवाले से एक मज़मून है जो शख्सी और सवानई मज़मून है, उसको शामिल किया गया है। साथ ही एक नज़्म है नेक बनो नेकी फैलाओ। तो एक बहुत ही आसान नज़्म है और बहुत अच्छी जो है जिससे पैगाम दिया गया है कि नेक बनो और नेकी फैलाओ। साथ ही एक लोक कहानी सात भाई है और एक तस्वीरी कहानी आखिर में जो पंचतंत्र से ली गई है। बहुत ही आम फहम कहानी है कि उसको तस्वीरों के जरिए जो है पेश किया गया है, अंगूर खट्टे हैं। तो ये इस तरह से ये पूरी तरतीब है इस किताब की। और आप देखेंगे कि ये जो तमाम चीज़ें जिनका तकाजा जो है हमसे किया है कौमी दरसियाती खाके में, तो तमाम चीज़ें जो हैं वो इसमें शामिल की गई हैं कि किस तरह से जो है ये चीज़ें हम किस तरह से बच्चों को ज़बान सिखाने के साथ साथ और भी जो दूसरे जो मज़ामीन हैं उनके साथ किस तरह से ताल्लुक़ कायम कर सकते हैं, उनके बारे में किस तरह से उनको बाखबर कर सकते हैं। यानी इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी अप्रोच के तहत बहुत सारी चीज़ों को शामिल किया गया है और हर सबक में कहीं ना कहीं इस तमाम पहलुओं को आप देखेंगे। मिसाल के तौर पर हमारे त्योहार जो हिंदुस्तानी जो त्योहार पर मज़मून है, अगर उसकी ही सिर्फ एक बात करें तो वहाँ पर भी आपको बहुत सारी चीज़ें आ जाएंगी कि सिर्फ त्योहार के बारे में तो बात कर ही रहे, साथ में दूसरे त्योहारों के बारे में गुफ्तगू करने की भी बात की गई है कि और कौन कौन से त्योहार हैं, इलाके में कौन कौन से त्योहार आपके होते हैं, उसके बारे में मज़मून लिख सकते हैं, पैराग्राफ लिख सकते हैं, जुमले लिख सकते हैं, जिस तरह से ये किया जा सकता है। इसके त्योहारों से मुतालिक बहुत सारी नज़्में हैं, वो नज़्में कौन कौन सी हैं उनको तलाश करके उनको पढ़ने की बात की गई है। कुछ नज़्मों को लिखने की भी बात की जा सकती है कि अपने तौर पर कुछ तुकबंदी कहें या इस तरह की कुछ तख्लीकी चीज़ जो है वो पहलू सामने आए। साथ ही फसलों के मुतालिक कौन कौन सी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो त्योहार होते हैं फसलों के हवाले से या और किसी हवाले से, तो ये अलग अलग इनके दर्जाबंदी भी की जा सकती है, वो भी है। साथ ही अलग अलग जगहों पर त्योहारों के अलग अलग नाम भी होते हैं, तो वो कौन कौन से हो सकते हैं, यानी त्योहार एक है लेकिन अलग अलग जगहों पर अलग अलग नामों से जाना जाता है और उनको मनाया जाता है। तो ये तमाम चीज़ें यानी बहुत सारे पहलू जो हैं सबक के साथ शामिल आपको मिलेंगे। अगर आप सिर्फ ये इस पर नज़र डालें, ये किताब की खुसूसियत के हवाले से हम की बात अगर करें तो बहुत ही आसान इस्माइल मेरठी की नज़्म है और इस नज़्म में भी जो है वो मशक़ें शामिल हैं। छिपा खजाना जो है वो एक कहानी है किसान की, 4 बेटे थे और उसको जो है अलग बहुत सारी चीज़ें इसमें हैं कि वो मेहनत करने से कतराते थे, जी चुराते थे। किसान अकेला खेत में जाकर काम करता था, सारा काम करता था, लेकिन उसको ये थी कि किस तरह से अपने बच्चों को जो है इस पर आमादा किया जाए। तो ये तमाम चीज़ें हैं, साथ ही मशक़ें भी इसी से जुड़ी हुई हैं, जिसमें न सिर्फ ये कि ज़बान को किस तरह से जुमले बनाने हैं, किस तरह से लफ्ज़ों को इस्तेमाल करना है, यानी वोकैब्युलरी किस तरह से उसको बढ़ाया जा सकता है, उसको डेवलप किया जा सकता है। साथ ही जुमलों को सही करना है, जुमलों में इस्तेमाल करना है, मिसालें दी हैं, मिसालों के साथ उनके ग्रुप बनाने हैं, दर्जा यानी सही लफ्ज़ को दूसरे लफ्ज़ के साथ मिलाइए, या इसी तरह से जो है और भी दूसरी चीज़ें हैं, कालम एक कालम को दूसरे कालम के साथ मिलाना है, या सही जो लफ्ज़ है अगर ग्रुप दिया है तो उसमें सही लफ्ज़ को पहचानना है और मिलाना है। मिसाल के तौर पर एक और के साथ जुमले को मिलाना है कि सबक में जो जुमला आया है उसके साथ दूसरा जुमला कौन सा है, उसको मिलाकर के भी ठीक करना है, ताकि आपके सबक का इयादा भी हो जाए, साथ ही जुमले को सही तरीके से पढ़ना और लिखना दोनों चीजें उसमें आ सकें, तो जुमलों को जोड़ना है। इसी तरह से और भी अलग अलग तरह की मशकें हैं जो जबान के हर पहलू से ताल्लुक रखते हैं। कवायद की बात करें तो उसमें अमली कवायद के तौर पर जो बुनियादी बातें हैं उनको शामिल किया गया है, जैसे हर्फ क्या है, हर्फ अत्फ क्या है, साबके क्या है, लाहिके क्या है, जो बुनियादी चीजें हैं जबान सीखने की, जिनका मालूम होना और जिनका इस्तेमाल करना लाजमी होता है एक जबान को लिखने और पढ़ने के दौरान, बोलने के दौरान भी। तो ये तमाम चीजें जो हैं वो, यानी जितनी जबान की जो बुनियादी महारतें हैं उनको तो ख्याल में रखा ही गया है, साथ ही साथ किस तरह से बच्चे की तख्लीकी सलाहियत को फरोग दिया जाए, उनके अंदर किस तरह से अपनी बात को कहने का मौका दिया जाए। तो ऐसे बहुत सारे पहलू जो हैं वो इस किताब में सबक के साथ जो है वो शामिल हैं, जिसके जरिए जो है आप बहुत सारी चीजों को इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, देख सकते हैं और बच्चों को सिखा सकते हैं। साथ ही ऐसी जगह भी उनके साथ दी गई है कि किताब के अंदर ही जो है वो उनकी बातों को लिख सके। मिसाल के तौर पर जुमले दुरुस्त करके लिखिए। हमने जो जुमला लिखा है उसमें कहीं ना कहीं कुछ गलत है, तो उसके आगे सही जुमला क्या होगा वो खाली जगह दी हुई है, वहां पर उस जुमले को लिखना है। तो उसी तरह से बॉक्स बनाकर भी ये कहा गया है कि ये लफ्ज है और इस लफ्ज का दूसरा लफ्ज क्या होगा, या इस लफ्ज को मिलाकर कौन सा लफ्ज बनेगा। ये तमाम चीजें हैं। तो आप इस किताब को जो है एक वर्कबुक के तौर पर भी इस्तेमाल करने की गुंजाइश यहाँ पर रखी गई है। हाँ, तफसीली जवाब अगर कहीं लिखने होंगे तो वो शायद कॉपी की जरूरत पड़ेगी, लेकिन यहाँ कोशिश ये की गई है कि खेल खेल में ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें जो है बच्चे के सामने आए, जिसके जरिए वो जबान के इन बुनियादी पहलुओं को समझ सके। कुछ जगह पे तस्वीर दी है कि इन तस्वीरों को जो सबक के हवाले से हैं, तस्वीरों से सबक से ताल्लुक रखते हैं, तस्वीरों को देखिए और उन तस्वीरों में रंग भरिए। अपनी पसंद से जो भी रंग आप उसमें भरना चाहते हैं उनको रंग भरिए। बास जगह जो है उनके तस्वीरों के नाम भी, मतलब जो जो चीजें नजर आ रही हैं वहां पर नाम लिखने की भी गुंजाइश है कि उनके नाम भी लिखिए। मिसाल के तौर पर आपको समंदर के किनारे कोई चीज नजर आ रही है तो वो कौन कौन सी चीज है। अगर वो कश्ती है तो वो कौन सी कश्ती है, जहाज है ये पानी का, या कोई और सतह है, या दरख्त है तो कौन सा दरख्त है। यानी इसमें बहुत सारी गुंजाइश है, जितना आप इसको और ज्यादा गहराई से ले सकते हैं। तो ये तमाम चीजें जो है वो सबक के हवाले से यहाँ पर दी हुई है। शख्सी मजमून है सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल की कहानी के हवाले से, जिसमें वो तमाम पहलू शख्सी मजमून के जो होते हैं वो इसमें बयान किए गए हैं कि किस तरह से मजमून को होना चाहिए, मजमून किस तरह से होता है। फिर आगे चलकर जो है उस मजमून के लिखने की भी बात की गई कि इसी तरह से चंद एक जुमलों के जरिए किसी भी शख्सियत, किसी भी शख्स के बारे में बात की जा सकती है, उनके बारे में लिखा जा सकता है। तो ये है। एक और अहम चीज ये है, बच्चों की दिलचस्पी ज्यादातर पहेली पूछने में भी होती है, तो यहाँ पर सबक के साथ पहेलियों को भी दिया गया है कि इस पहेली है को आप इसको हल कीजिए कि इसका जवाब क्या है। मुहावरे दिए हैं, कहावतें दी हैं कि मुहावरे जो हैं उनके मफहूम क्या है। कई एक जगह इस तरह के भी मुहावरे हैं जिसमें सिर्फ एक मौजू से ताल्लुक रखने वाले, मिसाल के तौर पर आंख की अगर बात करें तो आंख से जुड़े हुए मुहावरे तलाश करके लिखने की बात है। बहुत सारे मुहावरे, या इसी तरह से और भी चीजें हैं जो इसमें इसका हिस्सा है। तो ये तमाम चीजें जो है वो इस किताब को जैसे जैसे आप इसके और आग को पलटते जाएंगे, देखेंगे, तो तस्वीरों के साथ साथ जो है इन तमाम पहलुओं को, इन तमाम बातों को पेश करने की बात की गई है। अ, ये तमाम चीजें जो हैं ये आपके सामने, तस्वीरें उसी तरह से कोशिश की है कि वो हकीकी तौर पर नजर आए चीजें जो उसमें है। अगर जिस तरह से रात दरिया किनारे चांदनी की बात कर रहे हैं तो कौन कौन से मंजर हमें दिखाई देते हैं, सितारे हैं, चांद है, या और दूसरे है, किस तरह से पानी का मंजर होता है, कैसे हम लोग जाते हैं। तो ये तमाम तस्वीर जो उस टेक्स्ट को या उस मतन को पढ़ने में आसानी पैदा करती है और मतन को आगे बढ़ाते हैं। तो ये तमाम चीजें हैं जो इस किताब का खासा है। तो ये इस तरह से जो है ये तमाम असबाब को पेश किया गया है इसमें। खत एक अहम हिस्सा होता है, उस खत के जरिए जो है ऐसे मौके दिए गए हैं कि आप किसी अपने तौर पर किसी भी मौजू पर या जो है किसी भी चीज़ को आप देखते हैं या मंजर को बयान करते हैं तो उसको ख़त के ज़रिए अपने दोस्तों तक किस तरह से पहुंचा सकते हैं, अपने घर के लोगों को किस तरह से बाखबर कर सकते हैं, तो वो तमाम पहलू हैं। एक और अहम चीज़ ये है कि वो कई जगह पर हमने मुअम्मे दिए हैं। मुअम्मे एक ख़ास हिस्सा होते हैं ज़बान दानी का, यानी ज़बान को किस तरह से और बेहतर तरीके से, यानी ऐसे अल्फाज जिनको हम उसी के ज़रिए तलाश करके वहाँ पर देखते हैं। कुछ एक जगह पर खाली जगहों भी दी हुई है जहाँ पर आपको तलाश करके भी लिखना है। तो ये तमाम चीज़ें इस किताब का एक नेक बनो नेकी फैलाओ पढ़ने के लिए एक है, बादल और तारे जो है वो भी एक नज़्म है। तो ये तमाम चीज़ें आपको किताब में नज़र आएंगी। उम्मीद करते हैं कि आपको ये किताब दिलचस्प लगेगी, बहुत अच्छी लगेगी और एक नए अंदाज से आपको ज़बान को सीखने में मदद मिलेगी, क्योंकि इसमें कोशिश ये की गई है कि जहाँ तक हो सके बच्चे की मशगूलियत ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हो, क्योंकि जब तक उसकी मशगूलियत नहीं होगी या वो उसका इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं होगा, ज़बान सीखना सिखाना मुश्किल अमर हो जाता है। तो जैसे ही जितनी ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा उसको ऐसे मौके फराहम किए जाते हैं, वो ज़बान को और ज़्यादा सीखता है। ज़बान का इस्तेमाल करने के मौके दिए जाते हैं, अलग-अलग पहलू, अलग-अलग तरीकों से, अलग-अलग अंदाज से, जिसमें उसकी दिलचस्पी भी कायम हो, साथ ही उसको कुछ इख्तराई नवैयत भी हो उसकी मशकों की। इनके अलावा जो बुनियादी चीज़ें हैं, जो महारतें हैं, इस्तेदादात हैं, वो हासिल कराने के लिए भी वो उसमें मुआविन होती है। ये तमाम पहलुओं को ध्यान में रखते हुए इन असबाक को तैयार किया गया है। तो ये तमाम चीज़ें उम्मीद है कि आपको ये किताब बहुत पसंद आएगी। बहुत ही कम वक्त रह गया है, थोड़ी-सी बात हम ब्रिज कोर्स के हवाले से भी करना चाहेंगे। ब्रिज कोर्स जैसा कि आप सभी वाकिफ़ हैं कि जो तलबा हमारे अगली जमात यानी 5वीं जमात में जाएंगे, ये प्रिपरेटरी स्टेज का आखिरी जमात होती है, या वो जहाँ पर प्रिपरेटरी स्टेज जो है मुकम्मल होती है, उसकी तकमील होती है। तो ये बहुत अहम होती है क्योंकि इसका आगे का रिश्ता छठी जमात से, जो कि मिडिल क्लास है, वहाँ कायम होता है। ज़बान की महारतों में पुख्तगी इसी सतह पर आती है और इन महारतों के साथ साथ जो है आगे जो ज़बान के बुनियादी चीज़ें हैं और उनको हम सीखते हैं। तो इस सतह पर आकर ये चीज़ें मुकम्मल होती है। तो बहुत सारे गैप्स जो पिछले सिलेबस और इस सिलेबस के दरमियान रह गए थे, उनसे पहले वाकिफ होना बहुत ज़रूरी है। इसी नियत से जो है इस 6 हफ्तों के प्रोग्राम को वज़ा किया गया है, ब्रिज प्रोग्राम के नाम से जो है, और ये ख्याल रखा गया है कि किस तरह से जो है इन 6 हफ्तों में वो ब्रिज का काम करेंगे, यानी वो उस पुरानी जो निसाब को पढ़ते हुए आ रहे हैं और नए निसाब को पढ़ने के लिए तैयार होंगे, उसको किस तरह से। तो इसके 2 हिस्से हैं, 2 सेक्शन इसके कायम किए गए हैं। एक सेक्शन जो है वो असातिज़ा के लिए है, दूसरा जो है वो तलबा के लिए सेक्शन है। असातिज़ा के लिए जो सेक्शन है उसमें प्रोग्राम के मकासद बताए गए हैं कि आखिर इन प्रोग्राम के ये जो प्रोग्राम तैयार किया गया है उसमें हमने क्या तवक्को रखी है, क्या वजूहात हैं जिसके ज़रिए जो है जिस पर हमें गौर करना चाहिए और इस प्रोग्राम को किस तरह से देखना चाहिए। हफ्तावार प्रोग्राम का मंसूबा क्या है, किस तरह से हमने इसकी मंसूबाबंदी की है और क्यों की है, जायज़ा किस तरह से होगा, यानी अंदाज़ा कद्र किस तरह से, असेसमेंट किस तरह से होगा और उसका तरीक़ाकार क्या होगा, ये असातिज़ा के लिए ख़ास अहमियत रखता है। साथ ही वो तरीक़ाकार भी इसमें शामिल किया गया है कि जो दरसी किताबें हैं, पुरानी दरसी किताबें जो वो चौथी जमात में पढ़ते हुए आ रहे हैं और अब 5वीं जमात में पढ़ने जा रहे हैं नई दरसी किताबों को, तो उनके दरमियान रब्त क्या है, किस तरह से उनको देखा जाएगा, वो कौन-कौन से आमोज़िशी महासिल हैं जो जिनमें ख़ास तौर से ज़ोर देने की ज़रूरत है, जो पिछले गैप को यहाँ पर पुर किए जाएँगे या उस ख़िला को पूरा करने के लिए किया जाएगा। तो ये वो पूरा हिस्सा है असातिज़ा के लिए जो इसमें शामिल है। बहुत सारी चीज़ें इसमें दी हैं, चूँकि वक़्त कम है तो बहुत जल्दी-जल्दी ये तमाम चीज़ें मैं चाहूँगा आपके सामने इशारतन रख दूँ। तलबा का सेक्शन भी उसी तरह से तैयार किया गया है। ये तारुफ़ है जिस तारुफ़ में हमने वो तमाम चीज़ें बताने के लिए कोशिश की है कि किस तरह से इसको तैयार किया है, क्या वजह है, किस तरह से जो है निसाबी अहदाफ क्या है, हमारे महारतें क्या है जो कौमी दरसियात के खाके में दी हुई हैं, साथ ही आमोजिशी महासिल क्या है, और उनके साथ जो है कुछ तदरीसी सरगर्मियाँ क्या हो सकती हैं या तदरीसी अमल क्या होगा मुजवज़ा, वो भी इसमें शामिल किए गए हैं। तो ये तमाम चीज़ों को की वजाहत इस असाज़ा के हिस्से में की गई हैं। फिर तलबा के सेक्शन में वो तमाम चीज़ों की तफसीलात हमने बयान की है, यानी सरगर्मियाँ हैं तो क्या हैं, किस तरह से मिसालों के ज़रिए कि उनका आमोजिशी माहसल क्या है, यानी लर्निंग आउटकम क्या है, फिर उसके लिए कौन कौन सी जो है क्या क्या वसाइल उसके लिए ज़रूरी होंगे और कौन कौन सी सरगर्मियाँ हो सकती हैं मुमकिना तौर पर। लेकिन ये सिर्फ जो है वो तजवीज़ इनकी इनकी जो हैसियत है वो तजवीज़ की है, अपने तौर पर भी सरगर्मियाँ वज़ा की जा सकती हैं। इसी तरह की बहुत सारी सरगर्मियों को जगह दी जा सकती है जिसके ज़रिए जो है हम इस ब्रिज को प्रोग्राम को देख सकते हैं, इनको पूरा कर सकते हैं। मिसाल के तौर पर अगर हम बात करें एक सरगर्मी हवाला अगर हम लेकर चलें तो तलबा को मुख्तलिफ मौज़ूआत पर मज़ामीन लिखने की बात है, यानी जो आमोजिशी महासिल है वो इस तरह से है कि तलबा मुख्तलिफ मौज़ूआत पर मज़ामीन लिखते हैं, ये है। तो इसके लिए मुख्तलिफ मौज़ूआत को जो पसंदीदा शख्सियत हो सकते हैं, मेले का सफ़र हो सकता है या मेले का मंजर हो सकता है, साफ सफाई के हवाले से बात हो सकती है, मौसम के बारे में बात हो सकती है। तो इन मौज़ूआत को लेकर के तलबा से पैराग्राफ लिखने की बात की जा सकती है। और दूसरी उन चीज़ों को पैराग्राफ न सिर्फ लिखना है बल्कि उनकी ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग भी की कर सकते हैं वो, और करने के बाद फिर उसको सुन सकते हैं, सुना सकते हैं या अपने दोस्तों को भेज सकते हैं। ये तमाम चीज़ें भी हो सकती हैं। साथ ही साथ कुछ ऐसे इशारे भी दिए गए हैं कि जो पैराग्राफ लिखने में मदद करते हैं। अगर सिर्फ मौसम की बात करें तो उसमें भी चंद एक निकात हम उनको दे सकते हैं, जैसे हिंदुस्तान में बरसात का मौसम है, बरसात में बारिश की वजह क्या है, या बागों में जो मंजर होता है, बहार होती है, खेत खलियान का क्या मंजर होता है, बारिश की ज्यादती क्या रंग लाती है, या कौन कौन से उससे नुकसानात हो सकते हैं, कौन सी मुश्किलात पेश आती हैं, वगैरह वगैरह बेशुमार जो है उन्वानात कायम किए जा सकते हैं। इन उन्वानात की रोशनी में पैराग्राफ या मजमून लिखवाया जा सकता है। साथ ही साथ कवायद का हिस्सा भी इसमें जोड़ा जा सकता है, यानी साबके लाहेक़े उनका जिक्र भी किया जा सकता है कि साबके किस तरह से एक ही साबके को लेकर के अलग अलग लफ्ज़ बनाए जा सकते हैं, या लायका दे करके अलग अलग लफ्जियात वजह की जा सकती है। तो ये तमाम चीज़ें जो है वो हिस्सा, इसी तरह से हर हफ्ते की जो है वो सरगर्मियाँ जो हैं वो इसमें दी हैं हवाले के तौर पर। और फिर और हर हफ्ते में कमोवेश जो है 8 से 10 सरगर्मियां तजवीज़ की हैं। ये कम ज़्यादा भी हो सकती हैं जैसी ज़रूरत है, जैसा भी क्लासरूम के जो माहौल है या बच्चे की जो आमोजिशी ज़रूरियात हैं या उसकी आमोजिश के लिए या उसमें पुख्तगी लाने के लिए जो ज़रूरतें हैं, उनके हिसाब से सरगर्मियों में तब्दीलियाँ भी की जा सकती हैं। तो लेकिन कोशिश यही है कि हर पहलू पर, नज़्म पर एक सरगर्मी तजवीज़ की है, मज़मून पर है, कहानी पर है, और दूसरी जो सबक है उनके मौज़ूआत पर भी जो है वो इन सरगर्मियों को तरतीब दिया गया है। आखिर में जायज़े की भी बात की गई, यानी इनका अंदाज़ा कदर कैसे होगा, किस तरह से जो है आप इनका असेसमेंट करेंगे दौरान तदरीसी, ताकि उनकी आमोजिशी सूरत हाल को भी जान सकें और फिर उनकी जो तदरीसी पहलू हैं उसमें किस तरह से तरमीम व इजाफा किया जा सके। ये तमाम चीज़ें जो हैं वो इस ब्रिज प्रोग्राम का हिस्सा है जिसको इसमें रख करके शामिल किया गया है, और उम्मीद ये करते हैं कि इन 6 हफ्तों में हमारे जो तलबा हैं वो पूरी तरह से इस बात पर आमादा होंगे कि वो नए निसाब को इस नई रोशनी में, इस नई पेशकश को जो है वो कबूल करेंगे। असातिज़ा के लिए भी आसानी होगी कि वो किस तरह से अपनी तदरीसी तरीक़ाकार में तब्दीलियाँ ले आ सकते हैं, या वो कौन कौन से अवामिल हैं जिनके ज़रिए अपनी तदरीस को और बेहतर बना सकते हैं, और जो कुछ भी मतन दरसी किताब में दिया है उस मतन का इतलाक़ क्लासरूम में किस तरह से कर सकते हैं। ये तमाम चीज़ें जो हैं वो इसका एक हिस्सा हो सकती हैं। तो उम्मीद करते हैं इस ब्रिज प्रोग्राम को करते वक्त आपको यकीनी तौर पर बहुत मज़ा आएगा और आप इससे बहुत ही लुत्फ़ हासिल करेंगे।
थैंक यू सर, इट वाज रियली अ वंडरफुल सेशन। उर्दू भाषा इतनी खूबसूरत है और आपसे सुन के अब बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। आवाज़ से ही एकदम शराफत और ब्यूटी एक लैंग्वेज की होती है, वो मैं आज देख पाई हूँ इस सेशन के थ्रू। और कितनी सॉफ्टनेस से बहुत स्मूथ तरीके से आपने सारी बातें बता दी और विद इन टाइम फ्रेमवर्क।
शुक्रिया।
सो सर, आपके इस सेशन में क्योंकि लास्ट सेशन है और ज़्यादातर जो आपके पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं वो दुबई और रियाद से जुड़े हुए हैं, एंड दे आर वेरी हैप्पी विद द सेशन। और इंडिया से भी मेनली रांची, हरियाणा, गोलकोंडा, पंजाब और तेलंगाना, जालंधर, यहाँ से बहुत सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं। उन्होंने बहुत अप्रिशिएट किया सेशन को। और मोहम्मद फहाद जी, मोहम्मद फहाद जी डीएवी टीचर है, डीएवी में टीचर हैं, हरियाणा में पोस्टेड हैं।
जी
इन्होंने उर्दू में एक प्रश्न लिखा था, तो मैंने सोचा कैसे पूछूंगी क्वेश्चन, फिर मैंने उसको गूगल पे जाके ट्रांसलेट किया। मीनवाइल वो शायद समझ गए कि मैडम नहीं पढ़ पाएंगी क्वेश्चन, तो उन्होंने इंग्लिश में भी लिख दिया, पर तब
जी
तक मैं ट्रांसलेट कर चुकी थी।
जी
तो क्वेश्चन उनका ये है सर,
जी
क्या प्राथमिक उर्दू सामग्री आसानी से उपलब्ध है? अगर
जी
हाँ, तो कैसे मिलेगी?
बिल्कुल। ये सामग्री आपको जो है, एक तो दरसी किताब के साथ जो क्यूआर कोड दिया हुआ है, उसके साथ आपके साथ बहुत सारी एडिशनल चीज़ें इजाफी तौर पर आप अगर मुताला करना चाहते हैं सबक के जुड़ी हुई, तो वो वहाँ पर मौजूद है। साथ ही साथ ये किट के तौर पर भी मौजूद है यहाँ पर। दूसरी, ऑनलाइन अगर आप वो करते हैं तो हमारी एनसीईआरटी के वेबसाइट पर भी बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम जो है वो हमने ज़बान को सीखने सिखाने के हवाले से सबक के तौर पर भी है, यानी एक एक सबक को लेकर भी प्रोग्राम किए हैं, तो वो भी वहाँ पर मौजूद है। इनके अलावा और बहुत सारे ज़बान को सिखाने के लिए जो अलग अलग हिस्से हो सकते हैं, उनके ऊपर भी प्रोग्राम वज़ह किए हैं, वो भी आप एनसीईआरटी की वेबसाइट से हासिल कर सकते हैं और तमाम तर चीज़ें वहाँ पर मौजूद हैं, आप उनसे फ़ायदा उठा सकते हैं। न सिर्फ ये कि मतन के तौर पर टेक्सचुअल मटेरियल, बल्कि उस सबक को पढ़ने पढ़ाने का क्या अंदाज हो सकता है, क्या तरीका हो सकता है, कौन कौन सी एडिशनल सपोर्टिंग मटेरियल हो सकता है, वो भी उसके साथ जोड़कर पेश किया गया है उसको। कि मिसाल के तौर पर अगर हमें एक कहानी सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल के बारे में पढ़ानी, तो जो एडिशनल मटेरियल ऑडियो वीडियो प्रोग्राम्स जो तैयार हुए हैं, उन एडिशनल प्रोग्राम्स को वहाँ उसके साथ जोड़ने की कोशिश भी की गई है। तो इसी तरह के और भी पहलू हैं जहाँ पर आपको ये तमाम चीज़ें बहुत आसानी से दस्तयाब हो सकती हैं।
थैंक यू सर फॉर दिस इंफॉर्मेशन। सर, एक और क्वेश्चन है जो कि प्रिपरेटरी से रिलेटेड नहीं है, पर मिस शहाना प्रवीण जी हैं फ्रॉम सऊदी अरेबिया, रियाद। वो ये पूछ रही हैं कि 9th और 10th की जो उर्दू की टेक्स्ट बुक्स है,
जी,
क्या वो भी चेंज होगी 2024-25 के सेशन के लिए?
अ, उसमें थोड़ा सा वक्त लगेगा, तो उम्मीद करते हैं कि अगले सेशन में हम उनको ज़रूर ले आएंगे।
अच्छा, एक प्रश्न जो बार बार क्वेश्चन आ रहा है कि ईवीएस का सेशन कब होना है?
कल।
टुमारो देयर विल बी वर्ल्ड अराउंड अस का जो सेशन है वो ईवीएस का नहीं है, वर्ल्ड अराउंड अस का सेशन कल होना है, आप प्लीज अटेंड कीजिएगा। एक क्वेश्चन जो मुझे लगता है विजन सर, आप प्रोफेसर विजन आप ले पाएंगे। एक क्वेश्चन आ रहा है कि असेसमेंट के ऊपर, असेसमेंट कैसे करना है, और दूसरा ये है कि क्या इस प्रोग्राम की कोई अटेंडेंस या फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म भी है। ये दो क्वेश्चंस हैं। अच्छा, ओके। सो जितने भी आपके टेक्स्ट बुक्स या ब्रिज कोर्सेज हैं उसमें असेसमेंट इंटीग्रेटेड है, जैसे सर ने भी अभी बताया कि उर्दू की भी ब्रिज कोर्स में असेसमेंट इंक्लूडेड है, दो आई जस्ट गेस दैट
बिल्कुल
यू वर
बिल्कुल
टॉकिंग
बिल्कुल,
अबाउट
वो
द असेसमेंट ओनली सर।
और अलग से
और
खास तौर से वो हिस्सा है,
जी,
असातिज़ा के लिए भी है, टीचर्स के लिए और तलबा के लिए भी है, कि वो किस तरह से उनका असेसमेंट
किस
किया।
तरह से करें,
जी
और कल
बिल्कुल।
एक सेशन होना है आपका असेसमेंट पर ही। सो डोंट फॉरगेट टू ज्वाइन, कल भी सेशन में आप सब शाम तक जुड़े रहिए। एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर अटेंडिंग दिस सेशन। हम लोगों को इनिशियली व्हेन दिस प्रोग्राम वाज डिजाइन्ड एंड प्लान्ड एंड शेयर्ड विद अस, वी वर टोल्ड that only 140 teachers will be joining through Zoom link, and today there was a bombardment of teachers who have joined. You crossed 1000. Thank you so much, and we have also crossed 1000 above through YouTube. 2000. No, from 2000 crossed. But from Zoom link, it was expected to 140 only. That crossed the limit. That is 1000. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you. And I really thank you to the Ranjana ma'am from the head Department of Curriculum Studies, Professor S.P. Mohanty ji and Professor Vijayan sir for organizing this program, interesting program. I hope tomorrow also the program will be very, very interesting and useful for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.